Okay. I see that Jack and Lego are already having a bull session without me. It started out with JoJo Siwa, and then Jack is trying to describe a triangle scheme. 27 easy payments of $10, so $2,700. It's a set you up for life. Classroom instructions. You also get a coffee mug for only $5 shipping, and I bet the coffee mug itself is only $3. Bull session, yes. Hello there. I mean, jackals are primarily from Africa, so it would make sense that he's a Nigerian prince. Clearly, the Jackal Enterprises of Nigeria. It's a marketing plan, apparently. Hello, everybody. I don't have any stories right now, other than work was very, very slow today. I'm guessing it's because of back to school stuff, among other things. I don't know what it is. But at least I was able to get home at a decent time regardless. I hope y'all are having a good day or night, depending on what part of the world that you live in. And yes, I am doing fine. Africa division does deal in telecommunication. You'll do $5. Lego, that's just for the shipping. It's not even for the handling. Right? Just the shipping? It's for the shipping, but it's not for the handling. I bet the handling has an additional $6 markup. SAR, do note, redeem. I'm gonna redeem it because I said so, that's why. Would you guys redeem Jack's shipping cost for $5? All for his, what was it called? Set me up for life course. We're trying to set him up for life because apparently he doesn't want to do it himself. You went in a new car. Does it have that new car smell? I should leave this here. You'll figure something out. You better get your product. What exactly is this product, though? He hasn't... It's only a scam if you don't deliver, so you better deliver it to me on the... by tomorrow. It better be on my front desk... Not my front porch, my front desk. It better be on my front desk by tomorrow. Something about investing management, classroom instructions. With each new day, they will open door through patented early learning. It sounds to me, Jack, that you're just trying to sell coffee mugs with inspirational text on them. And that you're not actually trying to sell it. And I'm pretty sure that this triangle isn't actually a triangle. I'm starting to think that it's actually something very similar to a triangle, but not quite a triangle. It doesn't sound like a scam. It's not a scam, because at least I'm getting something out of it. It just sounds like a scheme. It's gonna have the logo. So, wait, what exactly is the logo in question? Is it, and Brett's entering his competition soon. I'm not, it's a rectangular trinity. The front door, does that even mean? Rectangular? Is it 3 rectangles in the shape that whose where some of the vertices meet up in a triangle? A scorpion. Uh-oh. You did make a logo? You think you told you something? I don't know if I did. I probably wouldn't remember if that was the case. Yes, but did you put it on a coffee mug yet, Jack? That's the question. Because you're clearly just trying to sell coffee mugs. And the question is, where exactly are you getting the materials for these mugs? And are you paying the people that make them well? Or did you have those mugs made through less than ideal? Oh, that? Oh, no, that was in reference to simply Lego having Yu-Gi-Oh! Content pop up in his recs. It wouldn't surprise me if people watching the streams had certain games that I've been playing pop up in their recommendations. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. It's a rectangular... Yeah, but that doesn't explain in what way is it rectangular. Is it like 3 rectangles whose vertices are linked together to make a triangle in the middle? Or is it like... Or is the rectangle itself divided into 3 triangles? Is that even... Yeah, it's possible. I was thinking... Yeah, the mugs are produced by robust product launch by branching out the local Jackal Enterprises affiliates. And by that, he means with orphan African children. That's what Jack has been employing in his Nigeria branch. Orphans need work? Well, I don't know. It depends on what you mean by work. Is it work if you're getting paid? Or is it work if it's just something busy? Because I know that in school, there's the concept of busy work, which is where you get like a worksheet and you just fill it out, and that's busy work. But you're not exactly getting paid to do schoolwork. They get paid minimum wage, and what exactly is the minimum wage of Nigeria? Yeah, exactly. Where? Because we're talking about Jack's the Nigeria branch of his enterprises. And I need to know what the minimum wage of Nigeria is so we can get some perspective. They get exclusive rights to the design. The fingerprinting industry is very competitive. Are we watching Well, I've already watched that video on my own, but we can watch it, but I can watch it again, just for the lulz more than anything else. But yeah, we could do that. But right now, I need to know what Nigeria's minimum wage is so we can see how much Jack is actually paying these orphan children. North Korea. So they're being paid in North Korea. My session was fine. Could have gone a little better, but it was pretty good. But, so apparently Jack is paying the orphan children with North Korea. Apparently that's the minimum wage in Nigeria. Unless he's responding to Legos. I don't know what North Korea's minimum wage is. Unless I was misunderstanding. So, his employees are orphan children from Nigeria, but they're being paid North Korean wages. Did I make sure to stretch? Yes, I did. But, yeah. Here's the thing. I would look up whatever Nigeria's minimum wage is, but that feels cursed to want to look up. Because it's gonna seem weird. Yeah, the design is literally just black. Oh, the design of Jack's logo, is that what it is? It's just blackface? And what style of blackface, though? Is it the Looney Tunes style with the big pink lips and stuff? Because that mean old queen, she picks a fight, but her gal's so white it's dynamite. Or Scrub Me Mama with the boogie beat, the jungle jitters, that kind of blackface. Or is it just the painted? It's been in operation since 4112. I see, so it's a future enterprise, is that it? What am I talking about? Hello, Daddy Mad Hatter. We're talking about Black Key. Yeah, we're talking about. You know what? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I'm sorry that you had to show up in this bizarre context that we found. One of the chatters is describing their little triangle scheme that they're trying to implement. And it kind of just went on, and the conversation went off the rails at that point. Right now, we're just vibing. Okay, let me look for the before. It's been around since 5,000. BC and it's still going strong in 6000 AD? Really? I'm surprised you said BCE instead of just BC, even though you still used AD. There's no way you actually made a website. Sly Cooper. I don't really know that much about Sly Cooper. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I don't really know much about Sly Cooper. So, have they finally made a new? Have they finally announced a new game yet? I mean, I keep seeing random videos pop up every now and then about old school PlayStation mascots getting new games and shit. But the only one I know about is that new Spyro game that's coming out. Whatever's more offensive towards Karens. Oh, Lord of mercy. But yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about at that point. Alright, anyone else have any other stories before we move on? We're gonna rewatch that one video that... Yeah. They're not Sucker Punch Monkey did Sly Cooper dirty. Oh, was that the studio that made them? Yeah, once again, I've never really played any of those old school PlayStation games. My older sister has played pretty much all of them. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I don't know if she's ever played Sly Cooper though. I think she may or may not have had Jak and Daxter, unless I'm misremembering. And she also had Dark Cloud. But the only one that I actively play is Kingdom Hearts. Would we consider that old school PlayStation? But either way, anyone have any other things they want to talk about before it's for your writing? Oh, the website that you allegedly made? Yeah, I'm all out of things to respond with. So, it's on NeoCities. Okay. Old school PlayStation. But yeah, I've never played any of those games, so I wouldn't know. Yeah. Talk about... If you stay tuned, we might do a furry meme review later on. It kind of depends on whether or not I have the patience to do all that editing. I still need to work on Saturday's meme review. I'm a youngin'. Your writing is based off of those cyberpunk corporate dystopias. You thought, what if you made a website for them? Oh, I get it. Okay, sure, we can talk about. But yeah, I haven't started the editing Saturday's meme review. Depending on whether or not we're able to get through all the stuff that I had lined up. Whoops. We might be able to do a small meme review. But there's too much here, we can go ahead and move on real quick. There's a video that Stormy wanted me to watch on stream that I've already watched, but we'll watch it again just because. Furriers are legally distinct. I don't even know what that means. Stormy wanted me to rewatch this for everyone because, as it turns out, she was a gay fish all along, just like Kanye West, because she's been so lonely, girl, because she knows that she's a gay fish.
I've been debating whether or not I should talk about this publicly because I know there's still a lot of stigma surrounding people like me, but I'm just tired of hiding who I am, and that is Ethereum.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not a Therian. And you want to know? There's a difference between someone like me versus someone like Misha. A Therian is someone who has species dysphoria. I don't necessarily have it. I simply identify because I have a more beautiful understanding of what it means to be a raccoon than actual raccoons themselves.
More specifically, I am a fish Therian, and
But the question is, what species of fish is she? No, the real question is, does Dory have a thing? Does she have a thing for Dory? I ship it.
honestly, saying that out loud feels incredibly freeing. For those of you who don't know, being a Therian means that on a non-physical level, you identify as an animal. And for me, that animal is a fish. I know
She's always wanted to be a bluefin tuna.
a lot of you are probably thinking, but you look human. I'm really tired of
People will probably think that of me. If you saw what I quote-unquote really look like, you'd think I'm a human too. But no, you see this avatar? This is exactly what I should look like, honestly.
that argument because fish Therians do not owe you gills. We do not
I don't owe you a mask. I don't owe you a striped tail. I don't owe you these pointy ears.
owe you fins. It's about how we identify. And I've known this for a very long time. Even as a kid, I had this connection to water. I loved swimming. I drank water. I took baths.
I do remember when, jokes aside, I do remember that when I was a kid, there was this tree outside of our house and me and the neighbor kids would occasionally climb it. Coincidence? I think not.
So the signs were everywhere. Back then, I thought I was just a kid that liked to swim, but now, after going on TikTok, I understand that I was just suppressing my authentic self,
Thankfully, I didn't really need TikTok to express myself.
and that is actually a fish. Now, one of the hardest parts of being a Therian is something called species dysphoria. Sometimes I'll look down at my body and I'll see legs, and I'm just like, okay,
The inverted Little Mermaid.
where are my fins? I feel like I should have fins. Where are my scales?
Well, personally, I shouldn't have to have. Am I down with the clown? What clown? A person. Now, as for whether or not I would need a tail. Now, actually, this is going to be really. Well, there was a point in time in, like, my freshman year that I bought a little wolf tail accessory off the Hot Topic, and I wore it at school. That's all you're getting out of me?
Why do I have knees? And that can be very difficult, you know, seeing a body that doesn't reflect how you perceive yourself internally. I also have phantom shifts. I'll genuinely feel like I do have a
She's transracial black. She's just like the 2023 Little Mermaid, oh god.
tail.
But she doesn't have the red hair.
And then I'll turn around and there's nothing there, and that can be devastating.
You want to know where your priceless artwork antique collection is?
So
I don't know
lately
where
I've
it
been
is.
doing more species affirming activities whenever
I haven't been able to do a lot of species affirming stuff lately,
my dysphoria gets really bad.
aside from eating.
For example, I just returned to my natural
I didn't realize that Jackal was rich in personality.
habitat. Water is
She's trying to be an extra step Moana.
one of the only places where I feel completely like myself. Sometimes I practice breathing underwater to reconnect with my stereotype. Still working on that because my human body does have a lot of limitations, unfortunately, but I do try to swim in a way that feels affirming, using my arms and
At least I still have hands and feet and stuff. I just wish my thumbs weren't opposable.
legs can trigger my species dysphoria because fish obviously don't have human limbs. So sometimes I keep them as still as possible and try to like propel myself using my body. That gives me
The thing is, a fish's skeletal structure compared to that of a mammal, like if you take a look like whales and dolphins, you'll notice that their hind fins are like horizontal, whereas most fish are vertical. She'd have to swim side to side instead of up and down.
Incredible species euphoria. Food has also become part of affirming my identity, so I try
Oh, don't worry. Raccoons can pretty much eat anything.
to eat foods that make me feel connected to the ocean, like seaweed. I'll try to do little fish movements so that it's giving fish. Species dysphoria
This is giving... This video, it's honestly very fishy.
can also come with this profound feeling of homesickness, because sometimes I stare at pictures of fish and I feel like I'm looking
Sometimes I look at pictures of the forest. And sometimes I look at pictures of a dump truck. Or a dumpster. Longing. Wishing to return home.
at the life I was supposed to have. And I just know deep in my heart, I was a fish in a past life. I just think about how different my life would have been if I was simply born into the correct species. I've also been trying to become more comfortable expressing my fish identity publicly, because Therians shouldn't have to suppress their natural behaviors just to make other people comfortable.
Yeah, if you're uncomfortable with my demeanor as a raccoon, you're the problem.
So if you do see fish Therians like myself swimming strangely, flopping around, staring intensely at an aquarium, or
He looks at expensive stuff because he knows he can buy all of it. He can buy and sell eBay if Jack wanted to.
instinctively reacting whenever someone turns on a faucet, just understand that we are simply expressing natural behaviors associated with our stereotypes, and that kind of visibility does matter. We shouldn't have to mask our true Therian selves. At the end of the day, nobody knows my identity better than I do. I know what I feel, I know who I am, and so it only has to make sense to me. Remember to subscribe to follow me on my fish journey.
Speak. The amount of bravery that is emanating from the both of us cannot be understated. All right, well that's that. I hope you're welcome, Stormy, for allowing me the opportunity to take a look at this once again. But before we actually move on, she must have had so much fun filming them. I'm sure she did. I'm having a lot of fun commenting on them. Something there because by Moody Tanuki. Okay, we'll take a look. We'll see what that entails. A museum display case could cost somewhere between $200 to $500. Tanuki-chan. All I'm seeing is some Beauty and the Beast stuff. Let's try this search. Oh, I found the... I'm guessing it's this channel. If you rob a place, it's harder to keep track of furniture. Yet, the millions in display. Pond Summer. Something there. Should I just look it up here? You think you're gonna drink? Yeah, what about furniture? God dang it. What is this? No, that is not what I want. I did not mean to. Oh. This is a song. I have decided. I can see the musical notes, so I'm assuming that it's a music thing. I said that I didn't want to do music stuff on stream anymore, but I can understand why you want me to look at it. Unless if you really want me to look at it, then we can, but if it's music related, I said that we couldn't. I decided that a long time ago regarding music related things. Because it's something there. I don't know what's there. Is it AI? It doesn't look like it. I think it's just some... They decided to self-indulge / torture themselves, getting this done in times for Valentine's in less than a week. After rereading it, it's a bit kimo... But I'll let Lego decide if he really wants me to. You'll change your recommendation? Okay. Because if it was just some random video, then then it would probably be fine. But I can see... Yes, the first week of Tomodachi Life. Although, I did see this here, this animation. I thought it was very cute. Just read Jack's message. Oh, Lord of mercy. Apparently no one noticed. Ah! Sorry, I was holding something and I thought it... It's a Hungry Like a Wolf series by Typesh, but not the baseball video. Oh, after the recommended, is possible to watch a game trailer? Yeah, sure, we could do that. I'm always down for a bunch of random stuff. Is it Hungry Like a Wolf? Because we have to make a distinction. Oh. Oh, I've seen this pop up before. Not the baseball one. Is it Transport Fever 3? I have no idea what he's talking about. Does it matter which one? Because there's multiple that read this. There's this one from a year ago about kebabs. You wish to meet a hungry... Or does it matter which one? He's hungry. And then everything else is the Duran Duran song. Just not a wolf. He doesn't want a German wolf. Oh, so that's why you did it? Okay, here, let's look at this home cooking animation. They look like, I'm guessing they look like sock puppets on purpose.
Hi! Have you noticed that fast food is more expensive than it used to be?
Yeah.
Do you have less money to spend on your favorite hamburgers?
Not really, but thanks for the offer.
Well, today, we are cooking an affordable meal at home. Okay, I'm filming this with my POV camera to show off my technique. I have an onion here. It looks like a good onion. Just ignore that bruise there.
Uh-oh. No, if you have a bruised onion, you better go get yourself something better.
Onion, the base of every great meal. Now, you want to peel the skin off. Sorry, I'm holding the camera with one hand. Okay, so I peeled it off camera. Now it's time to dice it. Make sure your knife is sharp.
Are you gonna dice it off camera? How do we know that you're even peeling it?
Check this out. I saw this on TV. Hold on. Wait.
Wait. You said you peeled it, yet yet it's still there. Yet the skin is still there. What's going on here?
Come on. There. No. Come on. Just. Wow, that was so quick and easy. And look.
Seems legit. Take the bruise off? No.
Look at that dice. Flawless. It's time to saute
Where did the Tetris come from?
our diced onion. Now here's my pan. I like to use cast iron cookware. Just gonna turn on the heat and put
And you have all this other stuff while the stove is hot?
some oil in the pan, and let's go. Just gonna grab a little salt. Okay, now I'm holding the camera in my mouth. That way I can use both of my hands. But, I should be...
Hey, Ty!
What?
I can't hear you. Want to make if you really want to, just get an old cookbook.
You making dinner in here?
No.
What?
He's making a fire scene. This is this is an arson. This is how you commit arson, except it's not. I don't even know where I was going with that, so YouTube, calm your tits.
Recording a cooking show?
I got it from here. I make a mean hungry man.
Yeah, that sounds good, thanks.
Now it says
I
to,
thought that was the...
take it out of the microwave, remove the film, stir the corn, place the film back on, and then microwave it for another minute and 30 seconds.
Oh, I threw away the film.
That's okay, we're just
You know, you could just get it back out of the trash.
winging it. Good old-fashioned home cooking, just like Mom used to make.
Okay, that's very neat. Do you want me to look at the other 2 and not necessarily the other 4? Or should we move on? Jack said he had something history related if he wants to. TV dinner instructions are wild now? Really? I've never really had a TV dinner before, so I wouldn't know. Even though I know that... What's it called again? Kid cuisine. Kid cuisine always looked appealing to me as a kid, but even I knew better. You thought that was cute? It was cute. This was very cute. New York Times Best Recipes Cookbook from Goodwill, and some great biscuit recipes. You can make some biscuits only if I want. Well, what's it called? Well, if Jack has that, what's it called? That history video that he wanted to recommend, then I'll wait for him to do that. We'll look at this other one.
Hi, I'm Ty,
And I'm Suski.
and this
Suski.
is Hungry Like the Wolves. Thank you for coming to my channel, and I can't wait to entertain you with the...
I was told there would be food.
Yes, today we are eating
Yes.
at Bro Burger,
Bro.
home of the Bro Burger.
Welcome to the Krusty Krab, home of the Krabby Patties, because no one else would give it a home. And of course, I still have to fix this, so Lord knows.
So,
The way his eyes are squinted, he looks like he's high.
what are we waiting?
Let's go! So, we gotta get a Bro Burger.
Gotta get a bro burger.
We can split it. We should also try something else.
Protein shakes.
We'll have the Bro Burger with fries.
With
No,
fries.
wait, you don't have fries. The Tankter Tots.
Tankter tots? The
Protein.
Protein shakes. Protein shakes. And a manwich.
We don't have that here.
Is that Moist Critical?
Oh, sorry. I meant the dude
Has Moist Critical fallen on hard times, and now he has to live in a sock puppet world?
sandwich with the man meat.
Pause.
I brought my scale with me.
Weigh
Have a single hedge fund?
those bad
Okay.
boys.
That looks very out of place. You can still see the outline.
Can I eat now?
It's time for
No, we can't eat until everyone gets their fair share.
the taste test.
Don't you know? This is a classroom. We have to make sure that everyone gets something before anyone can eat. But if it's a birthday boy that got the food or the snacks, they get to eat first because they're the birthday kid.
Preparing all 9,000 of my taste buds for this big moment. Commence taste test.
Oh, so they're food reviewers. Equity. Obamunism.
Thoughts?
Food yummy.
A strong beefy flavor with some underlying pickle notes.
I like the special sauce.
Yes, the
Special
guy
sauce.
sauce, I think
Pause again.
they call it.
Rochamel.
Holland dudes sauce.
Mayonnaise.
Pause again. Pause again, Granddad. Pause again. Because they just said something gay. So they gotta say no homo or else they homos. I forgot that I wanted to take a look at this at some point. This King of the Hill YouTube poop. You just ate a burger after someone bit off it. Special sauce is a white sauce. White bro sauce, yes. And Sesame Street Crash Out compilation, and some poorly aged 2000s commercials, including Enron, which I vaguely remember seeing a video about what happened to Enron, but yeah, that's being close with someone. It's very normal to have someone's man meat with mayonnaise and special sauce. No, what the hell? Where the hell did you think that was going? Short and sweet. Short, sweet, and to the point. Just like Krusty Krab unfair. That's what short and sweet. That's short and sweet and to the point. But the big question is, if we look down here, which of these Smash characters have canonically smashed? Bowser has smashed, since he has a son. Minecraft Steve has not smashed. Mario may have smashed. Okay. Yeah, what's that hit? Okay, so so Jack recommended that Chipotle video. What was that history video that you wanted to recommend as well? And I will decide whether or not one or the other is more worth it. And I'm guessing that video is Luigi. Yes, I'm aware of the memes. Yes, I'm aware. I'm guessing that Jack's video recommendation has to deal with freaking $20 burritos that one politician was saying that, oh, why are you complaining about $20 burritos? Just buy ramen noodles, you bunch of commies. But what if I don't want ramen noodles? What if I only want to eat that like once, maybe twice a week? And then I want to get myself a burrito once, at least once a week. Not necessarily twice, although it depends on what else is there. But there was, like, several other things that I had lined up. I know Jack said it. I mean, if it is a 40-minute video, then at least it pads the stream out, right? Because then I could spend more time working on that meme review. It's quite long. Just by Chef Boyardee. One more short. He's trying his best. Alright, we'll do that once Jack tells me the history video, even if it's long. He's trying his best. After you buy gas, you gotta drive 2 towns over in Taco Bell. Yes, the flaming hot spicy. I'm not. Oh, is this it? Apparently, there's 10 people involved in it. Oh, wait. Have I seen this guy before? Have I seen this guy pop up in my Rex before? Taco Bell. It's by Modern MBA. Okay, it's this one that he's recommended. He's trying his best. This looks like Toontown.
Hello, my name is Jeff. I am an all-knowing NPC
What the hell is this voice?
who can answer any question you want to know.
Life of an info NPC. You have taco at home. I'm guessing this is VR chat, but this character looks straight out of Toontown.
My job is very important. I am a personal assistant. I'm not.
You sound like a personal assistant. You sound like Siri if she was male and smoked cigarettes all day.
Sure about that one. Error. 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 I listen to questions. Please repeat the question. I do not understand.
They're not even saying anything.
I answer them. Dialogue missing. Translation not
Of course, then they're just walking into each other because they don't know how to walk around.
found.
He sounds like AI, but gay.
I provide the player with useful information. Wow, interesting question.
He didn't even say anything.
I've never thought about that. I'm happy with my job. Hello, my name is Jeff. I can answer any question you want to know. I am happy with my job. I'm sorry, I do not understand. I am happy with my job. I am happy with my job.
I think he's happy with his job, guys.
Welcome to the first film session that we're doing since Frau.
Is that I have no idea if it's VR chat, honestly.
Buddy,
It probably is, given that they're all animal people.
I really appreciate y'all for joining in on this.
Okay. I don't know how else to respond to this other than... Okay, then. I guess this guy loves their job, answering questions that no one asked. Oh, Lord. Alright, Jack, do you have that history video or not? Because otherwise... I've only been on VR chat just to test out my preliminary VTube model. Yeah, we could watch Persona 4 Revival story trailer. I don't know nothing about Persona. There's Persona Revival OST. Revival story trailer.
So, are you getting used to it out here?
There isn't much to do compared to the big city, but there is that certain something you can't get anywhere else.
Do I recognize that voice actor? I swear I hear them in all sorts of anime.
We bring you more details about the incident in Inaba, the small town shrouded in fog and mystery.
The nicest thing about this town has been the peace and quiet. And now we're gonna be the center of attention.
Police are treating this as part of a serial murder case.
This small town has a big secret.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel? On a rainy
You mean Adult Swim?
night, you look into a TV that's turned off. When the clock strikes 12, someone else will appear on screen.
Really? An urban legend. Not even a kid would believe something that stupid.
Oh no, we turned 3D!
The time has come to open thine eyes. Call upon power within.
I never said I didn't want to watch it. I just wanted to know what the history-related one is.
So... No.
Face the shadow.
No! Who are you? I'm your shadow, and there's nothing about you that I don't know.
I don't believe you.
Come on, Jack.
Doesn't it seem like that world in the TV has to be related to Senpai and Yamano's deaths?
Uncover the truth.
Are you saying people who appear on the TV die?
Whatever's going on here, we're getting to the bottom of it.
Who's on it? Persona 4, right? I don't know what's going on, and I don't know who any of these characters are, but thank you for the recommendation, at least. Here, let me at least look for that one thing that Jack recommended. I don't remember what he said it was called. Oh, how a single hedge fund. How a cat works. You were so hyped. How Viewmaster went from weapon against Kodak and became just a toy. Oh, you play. Oh, is that how old it is? How did it say Jow? I'm not spam. Okay, here we will. Let me open that up, and then I will open up the other one. Yeah, you only know Persona because your gacha game is getting a collab. You get a free blue wolf with a knife. Aww. It's hard to retype a video typable when you can't copy and paste it, I see. How View Master. Unet went from a weapon. Let me do it that way. How Viewmaster went from a weapon against Kodak to just a toy. I think I might do the other one first, since I'd probably be able to comment on it more effectively. It said how a single hedge fund killed Chipotle. Alright then. It's 46 minutes, but we've got all the time in the world. So we may as well check it out anyway. I don't exactly know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm sure Jack has more knowledge on the inner workings of high finance, more so than me. But that doesn't mean that we can't take a look.
Chipotle's rapid deterioration from beloved weekly staple to overpriced slop bowl is one of the strangest corporate stories of the modern age.
I don't know. I still do a weekly. You've got to be kidding me. You have to be explicit when you ask. You have to... unless it's a regional thing.
Just a decade ago, the chain was a cornerstone of the 21st century American diet, known for generous portions, fresh ingredients.
I don't know. At least where I live, I still see them make pretty big burritos.
Lightning fast service, and stores packed with enthusiastic staff and loyal customers. If you needed a quick, healthy, affordable meal that could last for days between school, work, or home,
would it last that long?
Chipotle had your back. It was a company that genuinely seemed to take pride in not just what it served, but also who it hired and the impact it had on the world around it. Today, Chipotle...
You still eat it every week? Same here. I know Asmongold likes it.
Is the opposite with undermanned...
Although he was told to eat less of it because he had high blood pressure. You could speed it up, yeah. You need to calm your nerves after replacing your flat tire. Oh, watch videos about the... Lego is rich. You say it's unseasoned, but you don't know when living on Arizona you got spoiled.
Stores filled with overworked employees under pressure to give you the smallest portion possible.
I said portions haven't changed since 2019. I still get... No, whenever I go there and eat, they still do pretty decent portions. Sometimes it's a little too much for me.
Off a stale, tired menu. But it's not because some executive randomly decided to start serving less food. Instead, what we're seeing today is the culmination of a 10-year-long pump and dump by a single Wall Street hedge fund, a play that netted them through.
Well, I still don't even I don't even know what hedge funds are. I just hear that term thrown around.
$3 billion and left everyone else with tiny portions and worse food. The rise and fall of Chipotle is a timeless case study about politics, power, strategy, and the fundamental trade-offs between founder idealism versus investor pragmatism.
That's how it always starts, right? Once again. Many of these corporations have humble beginnings until some guy in a suit decides we're gonna milk this for everything it's got.
Modern MBA episode, we dive into the economics and transformation of Chipotle through the decades and how a Wall Street hedge fund single-handedly fueled and crushed this once beloved Mexican chain. Chipotle and the entire fast casual market as we know today was created by McDonald's, Wall Street, and the
You mainly hear pump and dump in a different context.
legacy fast food industry. In the late 1990s, burgers had become saturated. Revenue had plateaued as there was a Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King on every profitable corner in the US. Americans literally could not eat any more burgers. Unable to simply open stores to grow, these titans were under pressure to show upside. At the same time, a new rival had emerged, delivering unprecedented growth and excitement.
Okay, it looks like Lego isn't going to be able to share any of his rich man funds because they needed jet skis.
Yum Brands was on the ascent with a multi-brand portfolio. As the owner
Yes, Yum Brands. I'm aware of. I remember going down a small rabbit hole a long time ago about who owns any of these fast food companies, and I know what Yum Brands is. Yum Brands owns quite a few chains, such as KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and presumably Long John Silver's.
Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC, they scaled multiple categories simultaneously to own all 3 meals of the day. If parents wanted pizza and kids wanted tacos, Yum Brands captured the entire sale.
Did they own A&W too?
It was a similar dynamic abroad. In the late 80s, China...
What other companies do they own? I can't exactly remember. You remember what you wanted to tell? It was another video suggestion. Go ahead and let me know, and we could probably take a look at it.
Opened its doors to the West and became the single most valuable growth market for American fast food overnight. Yum Brands didn't just beat McDonald's to China, they dominated them.
Who owns McDonald's?
Fried chicken was an easier sell for Chinese consumers, and the company
Yeah, KFC and Taco Bell under the same roof. There was a store that was a 2-in-1 Taco Bell Pizza Hut. But then they got rid of the Pizza Hut half, and now it's just a Taco Bell. And there's also a KFC Long John Silver's combo that's still there. They sold Pizza Hut that... Oh, wait, there's no way they sold Pizza Hut to the place that owns Planet Fitness and a funeral place? We eat their foods, we buy their cures, and both of those just keep making us sick. They keep making us sicker, and they keep milking us dry for every cent we have. We have a fast food company that's owned by a bigger company that owns a fitness place and a funeral place. So we eat their foods, we get fat, and so we go to their fitness places to get fit, and then we die. And so we use their funeral services. Makes about as much sense as anything else in this world.
Maneuvered the golden arches in localization and operations. Meanwhile, the novelty of Taco Bell and pizza...
They buy... There's a modern SpongeBob episode that's kind of touches up upon that, where Larry tries to open a gym, but because he's so busy with his paperwork, he ends up letting himself go on donuts.
Captivated Americans back home. While McDonald's remained the stronger business, Yum Brands held greater momentum and potential. The only way to grow in this emerging global fast food war was for McDonald's to assemble its own portfolio of brands and cuisine.
They just want you to, what they want is for you to pay for a monthly membership that you simply never use. And so they're just making money off of people who get memberships, but either don't use them or they forget to cancel them. And yes, because everything the light touches is my kingdom. And you're probably thinking, you mean our kingdom, right, Pharaoh? Did the Pharaoh stutter? No, Pharaoh. So mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the handsomest of them all?
By 2001, McDonald's had acquired Boston Market to fight...
His triangle rectangle, yes. So Jack wants to open up a... he wants to open up a conglomerate that has a fast food, a gym, and a funeral home all at once. Is that his trinity?
KFC bought a Midwest pizza chain to fight Pizza Hut and invested in a tiny Denver Mexican chain called Chipotle to fight Taco Bell. Each move was aimed at
Oh, was it in Denver?
chipping away at Yum Brands' dominance across Mexican, pizza, and chicken.
Oh, so this company also had Donatos.
Yet it was Mexican that held the greatest potential. Since the 70s, Taco Bell had introduced and normalized Mexican cuisine, turning tacos, burritos, and quesadillas into...
Oddly enough, Taco Bell is not popular in Mexico at all. Instead, they have these little... not necessarily knockoff, but they'll have these little food trucks that have Taco Bell on them. And then there's this one that has Jimmy Neutron on it that's also called Taco Bell. So sad you lost the Boston market here.
Mainstream staples. They had proven demand and unit economics over decades. Yet for all its success, Taco Bell remained anchored to...
Oh, hello, Glock. You're just in time for some fun times. We're having a lot of fun right now. You're actually thinking about sustainable and renewable future. Yes, we had that discussion, like, when was it? With regards to, renewable resources, about how the saying that, oh, oil is secretly a renewable resource, as much as the oil companies want us to believe that it's a non-renewable resource. When you really get down to it, coal, fossil fuels, all of that is just really, really, really old plant matter, meaning we could just plant a whole bunch of weeds. Just plant garden weeds as much as we can, and then turn that shit into fossil fuels. I don't exactly know how that would work, but it's an interesting discussion to be had. You actually have tacos. You don't need that fake Taco Bell. Yeah, that's the... Well, they still have it there. I'm just saying. I remember the Jimmy Neutron Taco Bell truck.
Teens, college students, and single males. At the same time, the broader cultural shift towards fitness and nutrition educated Americans to prioritize
Yeah, and where exactly are you gonna get a $5 box in Ohio besides... well, how about a 59-cent box? Are you kidding me? 59-cent box. Half a dollar. If that, a little more than half a dollar.
Ingredient quality as much as portion control. By the 90s, the business case...
The lunch specials are $2.79.
For a higher status, higher quality Mexican chain was clear. Taco Bell had made fortunes profitably selling $1 bean burritos and 60-cent tacos at scale. The same model, upgraded with better ingredients, could command 3 times the price and twice the profit. Startups like Baja Fresh and Chipotle emerged to fill this gap, replacing beef crumbles and processed cheese with real steak, fresh salsa, and...
Oh yeah, some real stuff. You can buy an empty box for $5. No shit. Play Taco Town. Hold on, let me... I don't know whether the Taco Town ad. We could, if you, Glock, if you can remind me after we're done looking at this, we can look at the Taco Town ad. We could turn coal into diamonds. I'm pretty sure we can turn a plant into oil. Exactly. And then, no, low key, do you know how much money that the oil companies could make? You just farted. Again, we're looking at Mexican food, obviously. But you know how much money they could low key make by having cheap alternative fuel like that? I mean, sure, they might lose. I don't exactly know how the oil market works with regards to like Aramco or the whatever the hell Persian Gulf. I'd imagine that the Persian Gulf might have a problem with that, considering that I'm not sure they'd be able to grow as many garden weeds as here in the US, but you could go for those sit-down restaurants.
Themed rice. Ultimately, Mexican cuisine was more than just a trend. By the mid-2000s, McDonald's was under fire from Western media and regulators for their role in the obesity epidemic.
Yes, advanced age, smoking, high blood pressure, the diabetes.
The unprecedented scrutiny upended the fast food burger business, reshaping its existence from an essential...
And Americans still haven't really changed all that much since these little PSAs and shit. They got the one dish that's like 2 burritos covered in cheese and refried greens. That's a little much for me.
Tradition and into a public...
I'm fine with just chicken and rice.
Public health liability.
Most unhealthy, 690 calories and 19 grams of fat in this tiny ass little burger.
Like cigarettes.
Everyone does.
All this further elevated
yeah.
Mexican cuisine as the superior...
Come on, everybody. No, wait, no. Daddy Mad Hatter, it's not that. It's that you're a naughty boy and that's concentrated evil coming out the back of you, at least according to Family Guy.
Fresher, healthier mass market alternative, and the next big frontier for fast food. McDonald's sunk hundreds of millions of dollars into Chipotle after its initial investment, not just to hold a stake in this...
Okay, the hedge. The annual investment in millions of inflation adjustment.
Fast-growing category, but also to hedge against the increasingly fragile burger business. Their backing of Chipotle set off an arms race as rivals raced to acquire Mexican chains and assemble...
Am I talking about enchiladas? Nah.
Multi...
Oh, is that what he's talking? Is that what he was talking? Oh, is that what Jack's talking about? Burritos covered in... at this point, I'm just like, ugh.
Brand portfolios of their own. Wendy's shelled out over $250 million for Baja Fresh. In 2002, it was the #1 Mexican fast casual chain with more stores than Chipotle. With no freezers and microwaves, they boasted a comprehensive, customizable menu that included fajitas, enchiladas, and shrimp. But this West Coast chain was not as scalable or bulletproof.
Yeah, you haven't had to sit down in a while. Yes, they had some. Hi, Billy Mays here with Chipotle. It's specifically Cartman that had to deal with it. Yes, Chipotle. That's what it was. But the thing is, Stan and Kyle have Chipotle all the time, and they never had bloodstains in their underwear. It's specifically Cartman. It's not even I mean, the chicken's a little spicy, but yeah.
Proof as advertised. Despite its fast casual branding, Baja Fresh was really a conventional sit-down restaurant where food was cooked.
I've never heard of Baja Fresh though.
Order. With high complexity and intensive labor, Baja Fresh was too inefficient to capture the throughput of a Chipotle, too cheap to capture the margins needed to offset its cost structure, and too expensive to drive the habitual volume of a Taco Bell. To make matters worse, Wendy's forced new Baja Fresh stores into legacy drive-thru properties and refused to invest further, believing the concept to be mature enough to sell itself. Meanwhile, McDonald's poured capital to nurture Chipotle and secure the prime
one went to extravagant, expensive
locations needed to reinforce its premium positioning. Starved and neglected, Baja Fresh crashed. After just 4 years, Wendy's dumped the chain in a fire sale for $30 million, a tenth of what it had initially paid.
That's probably why I've never heard of it.
Meanwhile, Jack in the Box found its horse in Qdoba. Compared to Baja Fresh, it was a far better business. Qdoba was a copycat. Its Denver-based founders had witnessed the early success of the first Chipotle in 1993 and replicated its core blueprint, from the open kitchen
Rip Billy Mays, yep,
to the customer-facing assembly line. The first Qdoba opened up just miles away from the original Chipotle. They traded quality for variety and forced differentiation.
Used to be at a place called Don Pablo's that was very good indeed. There was a place that was ways away from here called Don Patron. Unfortunately, it got shut down, and I don't know why. You remember Frijoladas? Qdoba is a Chipotle clone, and okay, you thought they were better. That's what Jack's talking about. Oh, Frijoladas, frijoles and enchiladas. I see. That's an interesting way to go about it.
By offering the very items that Chipotle refused to. Like
Lego wants to. Lego, do you want to make Jack some Mexican food? We should all open. No, Jack, that should be your business idea. Is open up your own Mexican chain that can compete with all of the ones that exist today. Only we're not going to turn it into a hedge fund, and we're not going to turn it into private equity.
Queso, nachos, and soup. It was enough for the fast-growing brand to be worth $45 million in the eyes of Jack in the Box, who leaned hard on franchising to drive expansion. But unlike McDonald's, the company lacked the leverage and relationships for prime real estate. As a result, Qdoba often ended up in low...
You're an expert, not just in... You need to learn that.
Lower-tier strip malls, suburbs, and urban sites. The franchisee model also made consistency impossible, as customer experience varied store to store. Fundamentally,
Yeah, you could say that about other fast food chains, right? Because there's Why are they not talking about the food from Twin Peaks? I have no idea. I've only had Twin Peaks like once, and that was because we were out of options.
Qdoba and Jack in the Box were simply too small. They couldn't match the resources or talent of McDonald's and Chipotle. As an inferior copycat, Qdoba remained a distant number 2 rather than a true competitor, even with the promise of free guacamole. Jack in the Box eventually sold the Mexican chain for $300 million in 2017, having nonetheless played a pivotal role in shaping the modern fast casual burrito market. Chipotle's success through the 2000s was not a case of simply having more money than everyone else. While Jack in the Box and Wendy's acted like landlords, maximizing returns from their acquisitions, McDonald's acted more like a silent partner. Even though they funded Chipotle's expansion and kept the chain afloat through losses, the Golden Arches allowed Steve Ells, Chipotle's uncompromising founder, to steer the ship. Yet the relationship between founder and investor was contentious. McDonald's pressured Chipotle to follow the fast food playbook, add drive-thrus to increase volume, introduce fries to boost spend, redesign stores with bright plastic and family seating, and downgrade to the cheapest cuts of meat. As a chef, Steve fought McDonald's at every step. He was repulsed by frozen factory slop and refused.
Oh, okay. No, I was wondering, like, I don't recall Chipotle ever having drive-thrus
to franchise. Chipotle's ruthlessly small menu was driven more by personal conviction than hard math. It was the only way he believed high-quality ingredients could be delivered quickly, affordably, and at scale. While its rivals sacrificed efficiency and quality in exchange for variety, Chipotle's streamlined model enabled them to uniquely serve hundreds per hour. This unprecedented combo of speed, quality, consistency, and value became Chipotle's defining advantage. But even as Chipotle thrived through the mid-2000s, it was a tiny speck in McDonald's empire. For every $100 that the Golden Arches grossed, only $3 came from burritos. And for all the backlash over nutrition, McDonald's financials remained stable, with the stock on a clear path to recovery. But in the view of Bill Ackman, one of Wall Street's present-day legends, McDonald's stock had every reason to be higher. In time, he would play both the hero and villain for Chipotle as the force who enabled its rise, only to later wring out every bit of value for personal gain.
Oh, is this where it starts coming into play?
But for now, Ackman would be the hero.
For now, that is.
He had been Wall Street's golden boy, a wonder kid who made his name during the 90s hedge fund boom, shorting companies. He would tank their stocks by releasing 100-page research reports and waging public crusades against management in the press. But in 2003, his luck...
If at first you don't succeed, start another fund. Yes, because in China, if you lose $1 billion, they shoot you. But here in the US, they give you another $1 billion. We can call it Enchanta. As long as it isn't some slur, it's based off of enchanted. They won't exactly know that it's actually that. They'll be enchanted by the food. Well, as long as it's not the French enchanté, that's a greeting, I'm pretty sure. It's either some sort. Enchanté in French is a greeting of some sort.
Would run out as his hedge fund collapsed. By 2005, Ackman had re-emerged with a new fund, Pershing Square. Seeking redemption, he set his sights on McDonald's. In the mid-2000s...
Oh, actually, you could call it Encanto, as in and do a collab with Disney. Yeah, you want your restaurant to be called Enchanted. No, just Encanto. You fail at top level, they give you money at another top level job, exactly.
McDonald's was trading at around $30. Ackman borrowed billions and bet it all that the share price would increase 50% within 2 years. Since his position was built on options, he needed the stock to go up fast and high enough to turn a profit. If McDonald's stock failed to surpass $40 by year 2, Pershing and Ackman would both be wiped out. With the clock ticking, Ackman had to force a positive market reaction fast. He went public with a 100-page presentation, asserting that the company was leaving billions on the table and that shareholders deserved more. He demanded that McDonald's spin off its real estate into a separate entity, borrow billions to fund share.
That's right, or McDonald's operates on real estate specifically. We need to make it easy for the average American to pronounce. Encanto is not that hard to pronounce. Once again, you could do a collab with Disney.
Or buybacks and divest non-core brands like Chipotle and Boston Market to refocus exclusively.
You could open it up in some Disney park and make a lot of money off of Disney adults. No, there's an investment opportunity right there for you.
On burgers. Despite their contentious relationship with Steve, McDonald's saw Chipotle as their high-growth asset of the future, but Ackman saw differently. He argued that the Mexican chain was being held back. Chipotle would be far more successful and command a far higher valuation as a standalone, independent business through its own IPO. McDonald's in turn could liquidate its stake and return those proceeds to shareholders. It was all just financial engineering, but Ackman's math was compelling enough to rally other shareholders. He started assembling a coalition of investors and spreading awareness through the press. McDonald's couldn't ignore his demands without risking a proxy war. While they rejected his proposal,
you don't think they own those buildings unless the franchisees are paying rent. I'm not sure how it works.
On real estate, the Golden Arches quickly conceded on the rest to appease shareholders and to sweep the story out of the news cycle. They agreed to refranchise 1,000 stores to lean further into real estate, increase share.
They mess up real and your online name. That's why you. Oh, I get it. They won't subconsciously. They won't subconsciously see it as Mexican.
Their buybacks to $6 billion and to spin off the non-burger brands. Chipotle's IPO turned McDonald's $350 million.
I like how we have to keep both of these movies into consideration because clearly it didn't really do much for certain places. McD's model was food, folks, and fun. Now it's still, I'm loving it.
$1 billion investment into a 1.1.
You actually reminded me of. Have you thought about just making it Mexican X? I have no idea. Or X. That's where we're going to pronounce the letter as if it was Spanish. So Mexicano X. There, that's what we're gonna call it. But no, Glock, you reminded me of something that, what was it? It was in 7th grade. The teacher would have some little page with some quote-unquote inspirational quotes where one of the students had one that said, I ate a lot of Happy Meals when I was younger and I'm not too happy.
$1 billion windfall. These measures fueled a massive bull run, doubling McDonald's share price to over $60 by 2007. McDonald's exited the fast casual market, Steve regained full control of the company he founded, and Ackman closed out his position to walk away with $500 million in profit. Now independent, Chipotle returned to its founder-led model.
Okay.
From 2006 to 2010.
Oh, and then this is where they really start to take off.
Steve worked to shed McDonald's past influence and ingrain the unorthodox philosophy that had made the chain successful in the first place. Steve adopted an unconventional co-CEO structure where he focused on supply chain and product while his childhood friend Monty Moran took charge of staffing and operations. Like before, he dismissed the...
We got the dream team, huh? Used to be Lecusi Bucciarati Garcia de la Luna. Did I say that right?
Constant shareholder calls for standard restaurant industry tactics like limited time offers, promotions, and menu expansion. Instead, he and Monty refined the core system, equipment, and worker roles to push throughput. Tortillas were now warmed in seconds. Dedicated expediters handled bagging, cashiers focused on payment, and a single cook in the back restocked so that the assembly line never stopped moving.
You don't know why Americans would mess it up. It's usually British people that mess it up. No, I hear someone... No, this one British historian who pronounces the Roman motto, they pronounce it Senatus Populusque Romanum, and it's Senatus Populusque Romanum.
Yet Steve and Monty were also mindful of workers as humans. They treated Chipotle as a vehicle for...
But, just for reference, Lego, did I pronounce it right? Legosi Bucciarati Garcia de la Luna.
Change. The company introduced unprecedented six-figure compensation packages for top-performing managers, cut ties with industrial farms to reduce pollution, removed GMOs from its supply chain.
The genetically modified burritos, one of the first chains to list such ingredients.
Championed mentorship over micromanagement, and required a minimum % of ingredients to be sourced from small farms to lower its carbon footprint. While the chain had expanded aggressively under McDonald's, Steve hit the brakes, asserting that talent, not capital, was the real constraint. Chipotle would now only open as many stores as it had good people to run them. Managers were evaluated less on profit and more on leadership, team cohesion, and employee morale. Stores with lower revenue but stronger staff camaraderie, higher energy, and better retention were favored over those with better sales and stressed environments. Workers were promoted based on their soft skills as much as performance. It was a simple belief of inputs and outputs. Happy employees produce faster lines, better food, and loyal customers. Even as
I mean, that's the rationale, right? But that could only go so far in order to increase profits.
Spending slow during the Great Recession, Chipotle reached new heights. With industry-leading restaurant-level margins, the company demonstrated that the costs of premium ingredients, intensive labor, generous portions, and direct ownership over every store could be offset by radical efficiency, sheer volume, and genuine customer loyalty. From 2010
That's how Waffle House is growing?
to 2014, Chipotle would enter its golden age.
The golden age. Let's go.
The stock in this period soared from $200.
British people mess up English words for real English. Well, maybe it's, they are lucky it's private. Is Waffle House privately owned?
To 800, outperforming the S&P.
Is that why they allow fights all the time?
500 by 4 times. Their valuation multiples exceeded even their former parent, McDonald's, at its historical peaks. On a per-store basis, the average Chipotle was grossing more than most of the fast food brands and netting higher margins than steakhouses. Investors saw Chipotle not as a fast-growing restaurant chain, but as a disruptive, blue-chip consumer tech business on par with Netflix and Amazon.
Damn, so that's how they interpreted it, huh?
Under Steve, the company had spent virtually nothing on mass advertising, and
the potential. For some reason, Subway had all the potential.
Was only at a fraction of the scale of Taco Bell. The majority of restaurants were concentrated in just 10 states, with no presence in the Deep South, Great Plains, and overseas.
Really?
Chipotle looked poised.
Can we talk about Wafu's next? Oh lord, it's still owned by the same family. Oh, I see. No, for some reason I almost took that for private equity, but that's I'm pretty sure that's not the same thing.
To disrupt not just fast food, but the entire restaurant industry.
So all of this on the same level as Facebook, although not quite. They canceled Ronald McDonald by the new millennium parents because they were targeting kids. Isn't that... Wait, that's when the... Wait, there's no way that's where I'm Lovin' It originated. I swear I remember hearing that even before they tried to cancel Ronald McDonald. I'm pretty sure that happened during... Didn't that happen during the Obama administration because Michelle wanted to do something about it?
With results like these, few could question Steve. He was revered for seeing a future 2 decades ahead of anyone else and sticking to it when no one believed. He continued to double down on values over convention, removing carnitas rather than compromise on animal welfare, refusing trends like ordering kiosks and table tablets, underpricing the menu to maintain accessibility nationwide, and vetoing annual price hikes, insisting that prices should only rise when justified by better ingredients. Brown rice, chips, and
sofritas. And yet families will still take their iPad kids to it. No kidding.
Sofritas became new core additions. Stores got new grills that could cook multiple items simultaneously for better sear and faster output. Chipotle was among the first restaurants to launch a mobile app as a way to relieve the in-store lines.
Oh, really?
Steve wasn't resistant to change. Rather, he simply filtered every possibility under a single lens. It had to improve either throughput or quality. Chipotle's success ignited a fast casual
Chipotle of pizza.
Gold rush as investors and operators rushed to replicate the seemingly perfect business model.
Oh, yeah. Whenever there's someone that does something very well, there are a whole bunch of imitators that want to capitalize on it as well. I've seen quite a few examples of this, especially in like the entertainment industry. You'll have a popular show, and then you'll have people try to replicate that show, either through the animation style or trying to replicate the comedy. South Park, Family Guy, South Park, Family Guy, The Simpsons. There are lots and lots of imitations of those. They all over the place. And even with regards to other, like, popular cartoons as well, you'll have people trying to replicate the success of those.
Blaze applied the format to pizza and was quickly followed by a wave of clones like Mod, Pieology, and Pizza Rev. Sweet
Oh, is that really?
Green extended the model to
You had to make pizza in Ohio around the same time. Oh, there's one store. There's one McDonald's location that still has the McPizza. I don't remember which one it is. It was either one in Florida or it was one somewhere else. You're just too tired to cook every day, and then you're able to make dinner at home every day after working with food. The thing is, well, Jack, I've made that point. You've heard me make jokes about that all the time. It's because I'm American. I'd rather have other people make my food for me.
salads, and even higher price points. Meanwhile, Kava and Zoe's Kitchen replicated Chipotle for Mediterranean cuisine, positioning themselves as fresher, colorful, modern alternatives. All these new entrants were backed by venture capital, private equity, or the legacy fast food chains who were increasingly worried about
I know what Mod Pizza is.
being left behind. The
But I've
surge
never heard of these other ones.
of Shake Shack, along with failed healthy pivots
I think I've heard of Shake Shack.
by legacy fast food giants through the mid-2010s, demonstrated that Americans were willing to pay more for higher quality fast casual food, and to do so
Right.
through new brands. The rapid emergence of new
Yeah, that was the point. But now, even the cheapest fast food is still pretty expensive. The the personal pepperoni
entrants meant that Chipotle was now simply the new baseline, because all these
AmeriCap culture to have other people.
concepts targeted the same demographic of urban
Yeah, the McPizza was a short-lived thing. They tried to make a big deal about it, but there's only one location that does it now.
professionals and millennials. They were all competing for the same real estate. Before, Chipotle only needed to outbid Subway, Starbucks, or Panera Bread. Now, it was facing dozens of these cross-category imitators.
Yeah, it's all because of the hours. They're trying to... the whole thing, the prices keep going up, but the wages don't account for it. I wonder when that bubble is gonna burst.
For the same space. For Steve, Chipotle was not about Mexican food, but instead a repeatable formula of real estate, operations, supply chain, and culture that could be applied to any cuisine. While they couldn't compete
You're gonna vent and gossip family of like 3... almost had vegetables taken off their sandwich. Oh, I think you mentioned that a while ago, Jack. It's in Florida? Oh, I was right. I was right. It was in Florida.
Where they also couldn't afford to let these startups sweep the market entirely. Steve went on the offensive with ShopHouse as a first mover in Asian cuisine, a category long defined by fried foods, frozen ingredients, and heavy sugary sauces. On defense, he launched Pizzeria Locale, aiming to
The heavy sugary sauces. Do they have fried fructose corn syrup in them?
replicate wood-fired pies at a fraction of the time and cost. These new ventures reinforced Chipotle's narrative to investors that they were a platform company rather than a Mexican chain. Now, a decade later, most of this fast casual boom turned out to be a false gold rush.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
What was one?
Yep. Same thing happens with those TV shows, right? All of those South Park, Family Guy, Simpsons clones, they all end up dying out after 1 or 2 seasons.
It's hailed as long-term disruption ultimately proved to be short-term hype. Today, Blaze has shifted to franchising to survive, Mod is shuttering nationwide, Pieology is bankrupt, and Pizza Rev has vanished. While the old-school giants of Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's continue to thrive.
Yeah.
Sweetgreen has never been profitable at any point in its 19-year history and continues to lose hundreds of
They were very plus-sized. I bet they were too plus-sized even for me.
millions of dollars every year. The demand for $20 salad bowls evaporated with the rise of remote work, inflation, and economic slowdown. Zoe's Kitchen crashed under plummeting sales, and its real estate was harvested by its closest rival. Kava remains the lone survivor, but even they have only sustained through constant menu innovation, suburban expansion, and minimal price hikes. The Chipotle operating model would prove to be far from the silver bullet that Steve and many others dreamed of at the time. Yet none of this was visible in the context of 2011 to
His birthday is October 7th, which is unfortunately that infamous day that caused a whole lot of ruckus.
2015. During this golden age, Chipotle was the market maker, the model everyone copied, and the stock everyone wanted to own. Their breakout drew the attention of a bitter Bill Ackman, now 8 years removed from Chipotle's initial spin-off. He had exited McDonald's far too early, selling all
Yes, and we still have to take into account these movies that existed.
his shares just before the Golden Arches entered a multi-year rally that ultimately tripled the stock. Ackman had left literal billions on the table. He had instead redirected the profits from McDonald's to fund an activist turnaround at Burger King. But what was supposed to be a simple deal turned into a grueling fight.
That's a song from Madagascar.
Bogged down with private equity, cost-cutting, messy franchisee battles, and expensive
I like to move it.
marketing. Pershing Square exited Burger King with over $1 billion in profit, but in hindsight, riding Chipotle's ascent would have been easier, faster, and more lucrative. Yet Pershing Square was not a mutual fund that
Onion nuggets were around prior to chicken nuggets. So like similar to only 2 days before your birthday. Oh wait, are you talking about as of today, Rhodey, or in relation to Brett's birthday? But welcome, Rhodey. We're talking about how a single hedge fund killed Chipotle, but I've been talking more about chat than I am about this video. I can't really comment too much on this video because I don't know how to interpret these graphs or what relation Target and Borders and JCPenney have to McDonald's and stuff, but
could simply ride the market like a passenger.
Wait, what can't I see?
As a hedge fund, it needed to generate alpha to justify its fees. Ackman needed a reason to invest in Chipotle, some credible case that the company
Oh yeah, Glock brought up the concept of onion nuggets, which I'm pretty sure is it like onion rings, sort of, or is it like thick pieces of onion that are just like breaded like that? In relation to Brett's, oh, so yours is October 9th, okay? We're gonna have to mark our calendars. Unfortunately, October 7th was when that terrorist attack outside Gaza happened, so it's going to be very, very, very bittersweet.
It was mismanaged.
Yes, chat is more important than the video, so anyone watching the VOD or whatever, sit tight, because this is why you should subscribe and watch and come join our stream so that you can get in on this bull session that we're having in chat, because this is exactly why you come. You don't come here for the videos that we watch or the games that I play. You're here to talk to me and you're here to talk to chat. So that is why you should join us. McDonald's used to be in every Walmart. Yeah, some Walmarts have Subways. I do know that. Let's see. Happy late birthday, Glock. Yep, February. You're the one with the you have main character. Jack has main character syndrome. When I said I liked Bigger, you did lyrics from the Madagascar movie. Which one are you talking? Yeah. Yeah, that one, Brett. And then subscribe and be a degenerate with us. Exactly. No, what song are you talking about? I genuinely don't know which one it is, because I don't recall I Like to Move It having lyrics about that. The local Walmart took out their Subway. Chat is where it's at. Can we talk about BBWS? If you can let me know what that stands for, then we can talk. Then we can probably do that after this.
Underperforming or inefficient, something that could justify Pershing's position and activism, but there was no such argument. Investors were ecstatic.
The Hippo song. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about the second movie. Oh, he's not a degenerate, he's a vinaigrette. That's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the original movie. No, you're talking about the second one. There's something that I can say to that, but I'd rather wait unless I decide to give in to a certain idea that I've had for a while. Let's just say I think I remember bringing up a possible tier list that I could make.
With their 3,000% returns. If anything, Chipotle was overvalued, not undervalued. It had become one of America's most admired companies, and Steve was idolized as a culinary prophet. Beyond the pace of expansion, there was no real
I would change fast food forever.
Operational weakness, no material shareholder dissatisfaction, and thus, no cause for intervention. Yet just 1 year later, a black swan event would strike, creating the
do it, but I don't have any Mountain Dew.
Generational opening for Ackman to not only pounce, but also alter the structure and
stop. Okay, first we need to play that one freaking visual novel. Then we need to play Minotaur Hotel, and then what was that? Winds of Change, or what's it called? And then what was that game that Lego recommended? Death something? That's the thing we're gonna take a look at next, because it's his turn to pick the game.
Direction of Chipotle forever. We've covered a wide range of topics on modern MBA, from nightclubs and barbershops to cookies and bubble tea. We manually parse financials, focusing not just on revenue and profit, but on the key metrics that reveal how each industry and business actually performs. This rigor is why modern MBA videos are used in university classrooms, from UC Davis to Denver, because data integrity and original insight are core to what we do. We've always been skeptical of AI. Every AI tool hallucinates numbers.
Yes, you can also use about 1/8 of a cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more tackiness. I've been told that whenever, like, you're actually doing, like, video shots for commercials of pizzas, whenever you're trying to lift a slice, the what they do to imitate the gooiness of the cheese is to actually use glue. I don't remember where I learned that, but I do remember learning about that.
Quotes incorrect headlines from questionable sources and blindly confirms whatever you want to believe. Over the years, we've built an internal database, a vault of curated financials and verified operating metrics across dozens of industries. But even though we have the most reliable data, it's been impossible to actually use it all together. If we want to analyze across industries, we have to navigate thousands of cells.
Yeah, they all targeted change because we knew with them, their parents would buy more. Yeah, nowadays they don't dine in like they used to. Yeah, because people are too busy on the road, on the open road, trying to chase their dreams. Either that or they're too busy being at home, so they have other people go get the food for them through like DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats, whereas the humble pizza driver, we don't have to worry about middlemen like that, knowing that I'm the victim.
Stitch formulas across hundreds of tabs, and then manually reconcile the findings with the latest earnings. It's tens of hours for a single query, which is why we've never attempted it in the first place. If we upload these sheets to Claude, it would be the same problem. We'd have to download, upload, explain.
Dreams. What are those? Weird thoughts that get mixed up in our heads while we're sleeping. Nobody knows why we have them. Maybe it's to prepare us for... I don't know.
Wait, and then repeat this all over again whenever we collect new data. For years, we couldn't find a way to integrate AI into our workflow to improve quality, until now with Zapier. With Zapier, cross-industry real-time analysis is finally achievable. Okay. Chipotle would enter its fourth and most...
Here's the Black Swan era. I actually remember like a video discussing this era of the industry.
Transformative era in 2015. It started in Minnesota, where 64 people came down with salmonella after...
Yes, this is the... Because they have to get... I remember watching a video about this. I don't remember who made it, but the fact that they get like all of their food comes in fresh, there's a chance that something could happen with something like this. But the thing is, in order to avert the threat of salmonella, one of the things that you need to do is cook it all the way, which implies that in this context, they weren't cooking the food all the way.
After eating at Chipotle. A month later...
There's a reason why they have you, like, check the temperature, make sure that the internal temperature is over 140, because that way stuff like salmonella is able to die. But norovirus, I'm not exactly sure how you would avert that, but... I know that's how you deal with salmonella.
More than 200 customers in Los Angeles contracted norovirus after a sick manager was allowed to work, resulting...
Oh... Okay, now that's different. That doesn't have that much to do with the food, and more just negligence on the count of management.
In one of the largest single restaurant outbreaks in American history. Yet the real hammer would drop just 2 months after when 60 people came...
And then E. coli, I'm pretty sure it follows the same case as salmonella.
E. coli after eating at Chipotle's across 11 states. Then just weeks later after that, more than 100 people...
More norovirus.
Including an entire college basketball team, came down with norovirus.
Oh, damn. Yeah, just put it in the oven at 400 until it looks like charcoal.
Virus in Boston, after another sick...
You have to make sure that you piss off Hank Hill.
Employee showed up to work. Steve made a public apology on the Today Show, but no one could stop the fallout. The persistence, frequency, and scale of these incidents was unprecedented. This was not just a PR disaster, but a genuine public health crisis that no company statement could sweep under the rug. The CDC, FDA, and...
This is what happened with the fried chicken flu in Boondocks, because 104 million are projected to push up daisies from the fried chicken flu epidemic.
Department of Justice.
And in fact, the fried chicken flu was so severe that it not only did it cause a coup in Pakistan, but it caused a tsunami that hit the coast of Malaysia. I think it was Malaysia. It was either Vietnam or it was Malaysia, one of those two countries, that they got hit with a massive tsunami because of fried chicken flu. And I'm pretty sure that probably happened with norovirus too.
Quickly launched a criminal investigation into the company. By the end of the year, few dared to eat at Chipotle. In less than 6 months...
I don't even remember this happening, to be honest.
Chipotle had suffered 5 separate outbreaks, sickening over 500 customers across 14 states and involving 3 completely different pathogens. It was a black swan event, unpredictable, massively consequential, and only explainable in hindsight. Even the deadliest food safety disasters in American history had been isolated to single events and single batches. They never cascaded.
But this one was a bit more widespread, more than anything else.
Like this. Sales and consumer trust evaporated almost overnight. The stock dropped over 35% in a single month and would continue to freefall to a 70% decline a year later, wiping out nearly all the gains of the golden age. The sheer improbability of the entire situation and the rapid reversal of fortunes triggered conspiracies amongst investors. Perhaps this was the result of sabotage from short sellers, GMO lobbyists, or even McDonald's. But in reality...
Imagine if it was all of the above, then.
There was a simpler explanation. In pursuit of local, sustainable, and ethical...
Yes, this was it.
...ingredients, Steve had decentralized Chipotle's supply chain during the golden age, shifting away from big conglomerates and towards small regional farms. These small farms didn't have the record-keeping rigor and traceability technology as the big industrial suppliers.
So they wouldn't have known otherwise until it was already too late.
As a result, neither Chipotle nor the CDC were able to ever determine exactly what ingredient caused all these outbreaks and which farm it came from. Steve's commitment to freshness was also at fault. Despite scaling to thousands of locations, all the produce was still being washed, chopped, and prepared by hand at each store. This meant that food safety rested on the daily discipline and execution of Chipotle's 60,000 hourly workers, and all it took was a single employee to slip up for bacteria to spread.
Right.
With a crisis on their hands, Steve and Monty moved rapidly to re-industrialize the supply chain with new safety protocols. Barcode traceability was mandated on every shipment of meat and produce. Steak was no longer grilled from raw at every store, but instead pre-cooked in sous vide bags. Tomatoes and cilantro were now sanitized and diced in central kitchens before being shipped to every store, and every ingredient got tested for pathogens. The sudden collapse in demand also forced cost discipline downstream. With customers no longer automatically walking in the door, food safety and P&L became hard requirements for store managers. Good vibes and happy staff were no longer enough to get promoted. Meanwhile, nearly all the positive momentum was wiped out. The launch of chorizo as a new meat, the expansion of Shop House and Pizzeria Locale, and even the rollout of a rewards program were all overshadowed by the food safety crisis. Just as Chipotle was projecting this total commitment to rebuilding trust, the company's CMO was suddenly arrested in—
Oh no, where did the cocaine possession? Of course, it's always the thing that you least expect.
an NYPD drug bust. He had been caught on wiretaps arranging monthly cocaine deliveries
Yeah, it actually takes 2 cases of an illness for the government to shut down, really. And these were like multiple cases, though.
his apartment for nearly half a year. The optics were as ironic as they were disastrous. The executive had been friends with Steve and Monty since college. Even after his indictment, Steve refused to fire his longtime friend and even reinstated him less than 3 months after his arrest. Shareholders began to question Steve's judgment and his prioritization of friendships over business.
So conflict of interest going on here.
The situation only added to the growing perception that Chipotle was an old boys club rather than a disciplined company. At the same time, despite tens of billions of lost market value, Steve and Monty each remained some of the highest paid CEOs in America. They were each paid the equivalent of a full CEO salary, with individual compensation packages that surpassed what Tim Cook, Jensen Huang, Howard Schultz, Reed Hastings, and other famous CEOs were making at the time. Despite splitting responsibilities between operations and food, they had each objectively failed in their assigned domains. But most damning of all was that neither leader offered a compelling plan on how they were going to restore growth. The company was now intentionally overstaffing every store and handing out millions of burritos for free to win back customers.
Oh, I don't even remember any of this happening, which is kind of odd to say the least.
This only spiked labor costs and wiped out the stellar margins that had fueled Chipotle's valuation in the first place. These moves all felt less like strategy and more like rash, emotional panic reactions. It didn't help that Steve declined to make any further media appearances after his apology on the Today Show. His reluctance to engage publicly forced the company to lean on cold, impersonal, and rehearsed press releases that did nothing to reassure customers. Disgruntled investors increasingly directed their anger at the board, which appeared to be another old boys club who were more interested in rubber stamping Steve's paychecks than holding him accountable. With the stock down by more than 50% and increasingly restless shareholders, Ackman pounced. Pershing sunk over $1 billion in Chipotle, acquiring 9.9% of the company. At this stage, Ackman was a living Wall Street legend who had left a trail of bodies wherever he went. Since his campaign against McDonald's in 2007, he had deposed 9 different CEOs and reshaped industries from railroad and pharma to fashion and bookstores. He and his hedge fund were coming off a catastrophic loss that had his own shareholders stunned and erased much of his earlier gains. Ackman was desperate for a win, and burritos looked simple in comparison. Chipotle immediately went on the defensive, hiring banks and lawyers to try and prevent Ackman from buying more shares. Publicly, Steve gave Pershing Square the cold shoulder. He saw Ackman as a corporate raider with the exact kind of short-term
Ackman in the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad year. Let's go.
He had spent the past decade fighting against, but it was all futile. Wall Street, like Silicon Valley, runs on soft power, and Ackman had no shortage of it. He didn't need to own 51% of Chipotle to take control. By 2016, more than 95% of Chipotle's shares were owned by institutions. If enough institutions aligned behind Ackman, they could collectively vote out the existing board and management, including Steve, and put in their own hand-picked leaders to run the company. All Ackman needed was to flip the biggest ones onto his side, Vanguard, BlackRock, and Fidelity, and convince them that he had a better plan to save the company than Steve and his college pals. These 3 index funds combined held roughly 30% of Chipotle. Behind the scenes, they had begun souring on Steve amid the stock's multi-billion-dollar collapse, looming criminal investigation, and ongoing embarrassment surrounding its CMO, who still somehow had a job. Below these giants sat hundreds.
So even after getting arrested for cocaine,
hundreds of smaller institutional investors like endowments and pension funds, each holding less than 1% of Chipotle, yet had far more to lose. For them, every dollar lost in Chipotle was a dollar less for their unions. These losses could not be swept under the rug the same way they could at index funds. Ackman became the spearhead for all these disgruntled institutions. They could quietly support him behind the scenes while he waged the public war that they could not pull off themselves. So while Steve and Monty had their hands full just trying to keep Chipotle from unraveling, Ackman was working full-time to build this coalition, holding private conversations, flipping shareholders to his side, and turning sentiment against management. If Chipotle was to go to war against Pershing, it would be a humiliating, drawn-out public affair, one that Ackman would win every time in a landslide. It would also be a distraction that the business could not afford. Thus, Chipotle had no choice but to settle. Ackman was granted 4 board seats that he then filled with his own people. The company accepted his demands to fire Monty and permanently abolish the co-CEO structure. In exchange, Ackman agreed not to publicly criticize Chipotle or launch a hostile takeover. With Pershing's enforcers now inside the boardroom, the company's priorities changed overnight. Ackman's vision was that Chipotle didn't need to invent new things, it simply needed to make the existing product easier to buy. While Steve believed seeing workers scoop food was part of the customer experience, and that digital ordering would forever be a supplement to the in-store business, Ackman saw it as the complete opposite. For him, digital was the low-hanging fruit that would materially grow revenue and profits as the primary sales channel of the future. By pushing more customers onto the app, Chipotle could install a second assembly line inside every restaurant dedicated exclusively to fulfilling online orders.
Oh wait, I know the story behind this. Apparently this in particular, whenever you order online, this is because you wouldn't see this being prepped, then it would give them an excuse to do smaller portions than they normally would.
Instead of having to double the size of the store or staff, each location could now process twice as many orders simultaneously. At the same time, the digital line would remove the system's biggest bottleneck, which were the customers. Workers would no longer need to wait on people to make their selections or ask questions. This line would be inherently optimized for not just speed and efficiency.
Yeah, but this was genius, it is, but at what cost other than the portion sizes?
But also profit. For in-store customers watching every scoop of rice, cheese, meat, or guacamole, workers
No, that's the thing, is that if you were there in person, you'd actually get to see how much they're putting on.
Really gave out larger portions to avoid confrontation and to keep the line moving. But on digital
and if you're worried about the portions being too small, just say a little more. It's not that hard.
orders, there was no customer present to haggle over portions. Employees could now follow exact corporate serving specifications with far greater consistency. As a result, the exact same burrito ordered online would carry a lower food cost and net higher profit than one ordered in person. At scale, every fraction of protein removed from millions of bowls and burritos across thousands of stores would quietly flow straight back into Chipotle.
Yeah, does anyone remember what happened to that guy that used to appear in the... Oh, yes. South Park. Well, the original episode had very little to do with any of that because that was before any of that was revealed. But the fractured but whole, he was a boss.
Chipotle's margin. Thus, to Ackman, digital was low-hanging fruit that Steve had stubbornly and needlessly resisted.
Because anyone want to see his foot long?
For years. In his view, Steve was too ideological to be an effective CEO. He was wasting time and money chasing marginally better ingredients when the foundations of a far more profitable business were already sitting in front of him. Now with direct influence inside the company, Ackman's recommendations turned into mandates, and digital ordering quickly became the company's new obsession. The old emphasis on culture...
I mean, there are plenty of other companies that have been doing that as well. Pretty much all fast food companies have an app now that if you order through it, then you'll be able to get, like... not necessarily quote-unquote rewards that'll take you like 2 weeks to acquire.
Was replaced with hard, immediate financial targets, as Steve publicly committed to cutting $100 million in cost and hitting an earnings per share of $10. It was just one of Ackman's many signals from behind the scenes that Chipotle, under his watch, would now finally prioritize profits over ideology. By mid-2017, Chipotle appeared to be emerging from the crisis. Sales had slowly rebounded. The higher-margin digital channel surged as the company rolled out incentives for app signups and mobile orders. Every store was now equipped with a secondary digital make line. For the first time in 3 years, the chain felt confident enough to raise prices.
Buy one, get
the maligned CMO returned to work, and Steve remained in the kitchen, developing new menu items like queso, margaritas, and tortilla desserts to re-excite customers. It had been 19 months since the last incident. No new outbreaks had occurred. His supply chain reform...
after a while, people will forget, and people will go back to what they used to do.
Reforms and new management protocols seemed to be working. By every measurable metric, the turnaround was working. Investor confidence slowly returned as Ackman continued reshaping Chipotle into a disciplined, numbers-driven machine.
I can't wait to see how this could possibly backfire. If you use the online Jackal marketplace, you can get over 2,000 different options to browse from. And what exactly are these options? Are they just different colored mugs?
Everything was going smoothly until July, when a norovirus outbreak...
Oh, of course. It wasn't enough that they had one norovirus outbreak. There just so happened to be another right as they started doing this mobile thing.
At a single store in Virginia,
a single store.
And over 100 customers. It was discovered that once again, a sick employee had been allowed to work despite...
Of course, once again, it was someone who was allowed to work, even though the tortilla chips. Although they tend to put a little too much salt in. Like there will be like this. Sometimes the chips they'll have this huge chunk of salt just sitting in the middle, and it gets to be overwhelming sometimes. Yeah. So once again, no, that's what happened at that other place. They let a manager work even though they were sick, and then they had an employee work even though they were sick. If I'm sick again, I'll have to really ask if they need me, if they truly need me.
Steve's new zero-tolerance policies. The incident immediately reignited the Chipotle is unsafe narrative, undoing much of the hard-earned trust the company had spent the past year rebuilding.
All because of some negligence.
Within hours, the stock collapsed.
Okay, good night, Daddy Mad Hatter. Thank you for joining us. Your marked PI Ace has been reviewed by the Jackal Enterprises Trade Commission, a subsidiary of the LLC, and I'm guessing you found have no wrongdoing.
Investors were baffled at how this could keep happening while customers feared it as the start of another food safety crisis. Like any good activist, Ackman would not let this crisis go to waste. Steve had...
Oh, wait. The way he said that makes it sound like that he capitalized on it.
Made progress, but not at the speed, urgency, and scale needed. He was also not an obedient, loyal executioner who was willing to fully embrace Ackman's digital, data, and profit-first model. The Virginia outbreak and ensuing stock sell-off had made the situation untenable for Pershing Square. Despite 18 months of intervention, Chipotle shares were still trading below the hedge fund's entry point. Pershing Square was now in the red for a third consecutive year. For his own shareholders, Ackman needed results and fast. With the board now firmly under his control, he mobilized quickly behind the scenes for a regime change. In reality, the Virginia outbreak was very different from the 2015 crisis. It was an isolated incident caused by human error.
Yeah, that's what this one was, as opposed to the other one.
Rather than the systemic supply chain failures of the past. And from a pathogen standpoint, norovirus outbreaks are relatively common and occur every year in the restaurant industry.
So even then, it's not really that big a deal, huh?
Steve's food safety protocols had worked, and they still remain in effect to this day.
As long as it was just the one case, but even a single issue can cause a whole domino effect.
Ackman weaponized the Virginia outbreak as an excuse to boot Steve out of his own company. He argued,
"Oh, okay. All that bad buzz is adding up. The tarnished image means every sneeze under scrutiny, and they get subpoena after Virginia."
That Steve had been given 18 months, unlimited resources, boardroom support, and
I don't know why I hesitated reading the Wall Street article.
Continuous executive.
Article? Why did I hesitate saying article?
Help. Yet people were still getting sick eating Chipotle.
And of course, this Bloomberg one is for subscribers only, because of course it is.
In short, Steve was framed as the problem, a founder who was too emotional, dogmatic, and stubborn to adapt and evolve with the company. Ackman did not personally wield the knife, but he certainly sharpened it. No one ever came to Steve's defense, and the board let all the criticism, panic, and controversy fall on his shoulders. It's likely that Ackman, with all his media
hopefully you don't get norovirus
connections, quietly amplified the Virginia incident in the news in order to justify the regime change behind closed doors. The reality was that Ackman had already found his guide. He just needed the opportunity and excuse.
He picks the Taco Bell chief
to depose Steve. Less than 3 months after Steve's forced resignation, Brian Nickel was announced as Chipotle.
Yeah, if you read their 5 trillion page report, you would have found the Jetka founded it liable for redacted.
Chipotle's new CEO. Leadership transitions at Fortune 500 companies generally span 6 to 12 months. In contrast, Chipotle's search was extraordinarily short, lasting just 76 days. Brian uniquely embodied the fast food rigor, digital expertise, and ruthless mentality that Ackman wanted for Chipotle. He was also extroverted, media trained, and understood the value of visibility, publicity, and social media, things that Steve never embraced. Most important of all, he was a proven value extractor who would prioritize shareholders, hit the biggest numbers, and stay loyal to the man who appointed him. In Ackman's view, Taco Bell, under Brian, had achieved everything that Chipotle lacked. The discount chain had become a cultural engine, launching breakfast, pioneering mobile ordering, driving app engagement, and extracting maximum spend through engineered scarcity of beloved products.
The freaking fries and the Baja Blast. Yeah, I've definitely seen plenty of those types of commercials.
Brian, in short, was the perfect candidate. He set fire to the past immediately, moving Chipotle's headquarters to Southern California, even though the company under Steve had just signed a 15-year lease in downtown Denver. Employees who had been with Chipotle since the 90s were effectively purged, as most simply could not afford to suddenly uproot their lives or relocate to Orange County. The long-maligned CMO was finally fired. He also put a permanent end to the platform vision, shuttering Pizzeria Locale, Shop House, and Tasty Made, Steve's latest burger concept,
which of course hit a marketplace policy out of the exact full amount of $721
for dragging down the bottom line. In his first appearance, Brian promised $10 billion in annual revenue, more than double existing sales, 5,000 stores nationwide, nearly twice the company's current footprint, and an additional $1 million in average unit volume. His agenda was clear. He was there to slash, burn, and squeeze every last bit of growth and profit as quickly as possible, even if it meant accelerating the company towards saturation and commoditization. Initially, Brian was eager to bring over elements from Taco Bell.
They're testing new menu items, nachos, added to test kitchen, 20 locations in May.
He teased upcoming
frozen Paloma Margarita
innovations like nachos, Mexican chocolate milkshakes.
What is a Mexican?
And avocado tostadas as modern takes on a legacy menu. Yet all of these items were quietly abandoned as
what exactly? One of those things said Mexican Coke. What the hell does that even mean besides cocaina?
Quickly as they appeared, Ackman had chosen Brian to optimize, not reinvent, the business. These new items would only slow the line, lower sales, and reduce margin. Even nachos, which tested well, were scrapped simply because they cannibalized sales from the higher margin burrito bowls. Brian quickly fell in line with Ackman's mandate.
Well, technically, you could just get the regular chips with some of the queso blanco and just call it a day.
Should ever interfere with throughput or the economics of the core business. This is why Chipotle moved so quickly to restrict the viral quesadilla as a digital-only offering.
Really? Is that really digital only? I don't even remember that being a thing.
Rather than fully integrated into the menu. While this was publicly framed for convenience, it was in reality designed to push more customers onto the app, shift more sales towards higher margin digital orders, and protect the main assembly line.
I mean, I guess.
In lieu of menu innovation, Chipotle under Brian simply rearranged existing ingredients into new products like keto and paleo bowls. Limited to
the concept of a paleo bowl. I don't understand the whole paleo diet thing.
Time proteins such as carne asada and brisket served a similar purpose. While marketed as exciting new additions, they all function primarily as promotional vehicles designed to increase check sizes, manufacture artificial scarcity, and spike sales whenever they rotate onto the menu.
Yeah, unsavory media outlets owned by your competitors claim that you're reporting the The last time you checked, you don't use to pay subscriptions to use the printing
Since
press.
every new item is an upcharge, the company's profit margins remain insulated. For what Chipotle saved in R&D, they blew on marketing. They poured money into advertising and publicity stunts that would have been unimaginable under Steve.
I haven't seen any of those commercials, so I wouldn't know.
Sponsoring esports teams, embedding in video game tournaments, paying streamers to eat on camera, and pushing gimmicky merchandise.
They should pay Asmongold.
All just
Except they probably can't use Asmongold considering some of the things he's said before.
Keep the chain constantly top of mind for millennials.
The kids' meal on the app isn't bad. We used to get my youngest sisters some of the kids' meal stuff. They get the little tortillas with the bits for different compartments for like cheese, rice, meat, and stuff. But they don't really do that anymore.
Brian's innovations were purely operational. Pickup shelves were installed inside,
like getting the bowl into, yeah, pretty much
every location, so mobile customers could grab their orders without interrupting the in-store assembly line. Cost consultants were hired to analyze how much prices
could be
raised in every neighborhood without
when the hell did he do this?
losing sales or triggering headlines. While Steve had historically only raised prices when necessary, Chipotle now runs on continuous, semi-annual, and tiny price increases store by store,
semi-annual tiny price increases store by store,
and item by item by zip code. The company also clamped
by zip code
down on serving sizes for the first time ever. Managers are now evaluated not only on P&L and food safety, but also on portion control. Every night, a system at HQ automatically calculates how much food a location should have used based on sales and compares it against how much inventory actually disappeared. Any store found giving away too much chicken, steak, cheese, or guacamole gets flagged and audited. This, in turn, has led to the present-day dynamic in which managers scrutinize workers with food scales and discipline those who overportion in order to protect their own bonuses, and those same workers underportion customers to keep their jobs. By 2020, Brian had to...
So every time I say a little more chicken, I'm basically causing them to get audited. That sounds like their problem, honestly. If I want just a little bit more, then I shouldn't have to worry about them getting audited. I'm just saying. Unlike Quest, the leader in space age news and media products, their staff is required to pay subscription to report. Yeah. Oh, wait. You're talking about your little lore that you got going on?
Delivered the ruthless optimization that Ackman wanted.
Your little space story,
with digital orders making up nearly $3 billion in sales for the first time in company history. Chipotle's stocks surged to all-time highs, driven by the landmark results and management aggression. Nothing was off limits for Brian. He raised the store target from 5,000 to 6,000, incorporated drive-thrus to new locations, and pursued expansion across Middle
Oh, so there are places with drive-thrus now?
America, in towns as small as 40,000 people under the sole pursuit of growth. Ackman's stake had more than tripled in under 2 years. By 2023, Brian was habitually raising the goalposts with little regard for the long-term health of the company. He promised 25% profit margins and achieved it through 15.
No, I've never seen a Chipotle with a drive-thru, not once in my whole life, so this is news to me.
% price hikes and even stricter portion control. He proclaimed that the average store would soon gross $4 million a year off the exact same tactics. In his own words, the next Chipotle was Chipotle itself, and that the business could compound growth through scale alone. Shareholders lapped up his story as Brian continued to serve them above all. He talked up dystopian innovations like the implementation of cameras and AI as automated surveillance systems.
Oh, good lord.
To flag overportioning, along with replacement robot dispensers programmed to dump the correct serving size every time. For customers, his only major announcement was renaming Barbacoa as Braised Beef Barbacoa. Ultimately, Chipotle would never sustain the trajectory that Brian had promised, as most of the growth was engineered. Yet Brian and Ackman would both eventually leave the
Kramer's demonstrating the power of memory to make money.
Company, just as customers began pushing back against the nickel and diming that had become institutionalized over the past 6 years.
You know one? Damn.
They never planned to stick around long enough.
It has done a great job navigating inflation and passing on costs to clients without facing drop-off in sales. Fast casual is slowing a bit, but see Chipotle as a best of breed.
To bear the consequences of their decisions. Brian's initial response to the portion controversy only enraged customers, and
I bet they did.
The unexpected scale and intensity of their blowback signaled to him it was time to jump ship. He repeatedly dismissed claims that portion sizes had changed, insisting it was unnecessary to videotape workers and
yeah, look at the way he's conducting himself. No, he's got to move his hands like that, and he's got to shake his head, saying, "No, you guys are overreacting. I'm not trying to squeeze you out of every last drop."
Recommending that customers give
in the past few years
employees a simple nod or a look if they wanted more food. But by mid-2024, the social media criticism had evolved into a material sales slump, as Chipotle posted the first negative same-store sales in a decade. Rather than adjust the policies that had created this problem, Brian settled for a Band-Aid. He budgeted
rather than actually fix it, we're just gonna double down and put something else instead.
An additional $100 million in food costs and sacrificed half a point of profit to temporarily increase portion sizes for all. But in reality, already, Brian was already 1 foot out the door. As CEO, he saw the numbers before anyone else and knew he had squeezed the lemon dry. Chipotle, under his watch, was becoming increasingly oversaturated, overpriced, and stale. Every store was operating at record speed. The menu and ingredients had all been streamlined down to the cheapest and most efficient variant. While Steve had worn high food costs as a badge of honor and proof of ingredient quality, Brian had hammered down food costs down to a record low of 29%, a reduction only possible at scale with aggressive price hikes, portion control, and lower quality ingredients. Digital ordering had matured at 35% of sales. The limited time proteins had become predictable rotations, and there were now too many stores as every new location was starting to cannibalize sales from existing ones. The only growth lever Brian hadn't tried was true menu innovation, yet that was now fundamentally incompatible with the
it's not insider trading.
Company he had built. The talent, muscle, and creativity needed to achieve that kind of innovation had all been eradicated under Ackman's earlier purges. If Brian was to sustain Chipotle's valuation, he would have to pursue much harder and riskier opportunities like international expansion and labor automation.
Is it really not international right now?
Initiatives that would require significant capital expenditures and years of investment.
One thing I know about fast food outside of the US is that different countries have very unique menu items that either they try to do in the US but they just didn't cut it, or they're just, or maybe they were like limited time items, but because they were so popular in those other countries, those were able to become mainstay staples.
In short, there was nothing left to optimize in the short term and nowhere for the stock to go but down. Ackman also saw the writing on the wall. The hypergrowth he had architected had reached its natural conclusion. He made no effort to persuade Brian to stay, nor did he care about Chipotle's next chapter. With the easy money gone and margins squeezed to the point of customer resentment, his hedge fund had extracted all the value that Chipotle had to offer. By the time of Brian's resignation, Ackman had already sold off 85% of his position. Of those shares, 22% were sold at all-time highs just weeks before Chipotle stock started tumbling down on the news of Brian's departure. The timing of both exits was no coincidence, and Ackman's sell-off in particular is suspiciously well-timed. Ultimately, Pershing Square would exit Chipotle with $3 billion in profit off its $1.2 billion investment. Like Brian before him, Chipotle's latest CEO can only keep playing the same tune for shareholders, framing operational upgrades like larger rice cookers, faster grills, and prep robots as innovations that improve margins but do little to restore demand.
Okay then. Well, unfortunately, I spent more time interacting with chat. Well, fortunately, I spent more time interacting with chat than with the video itself. But why crumble cookies can't survive? We've already reacted to like 2 other videos about crumble cookies, so I'm not sure what else they could say that hasn't already been said. But, you know, it's always interesting to know how things start out okay, but then one bad thing after another. It's the same old song and dance. But I'm gonna be right back, and then we'll move on. Alright, good night, Jack. Wasn't there... Okay, did someone recommend me something else after we did this? Or am I thinking of something that Daddy Mad Hatter said? But they also went to sleep, so I don't know what they were... Yeah, what is it, Stormy? Were you the one that had the recommendation for what we look at next? Because if we run out of... Because if you have one if no one else does, well, he got top billing. If nobody else has anything else, you can go ahead and share it with me if you want. If you don't really have anything. I do have some other stuff we could look at. I mean, we could look at the thing that I named the stream after, but that's if we have time. And then there's like 2 other miscellaneous things that we could take a look at if we had time. I don't know who's there lurking in the chat, but Type 2 Productions, is that the name of the channel? Of course, this is the first thing that pops up in my recommendations. I don't know what Globo Homo means. Is it this Shark Tale one? I'm assuming it's this one. Or is it the... Because apparently this guy is a racist Are you sure we can't watch this video instead about how he's a racist e-beggar? Because we could probably look this up. Because we could probably watch this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is the guy that... Wait, this is the guy that made that video about Lord Farquaad. I might be a little hesitant at that point. Do you think that he's a racist e-beggar? Do you think Type 2 Productions is a racist e-beggar, or is that just a... Or is Revolver Snake a woke e-beggar? Are we sure we want to look at this at this point? Is it a bread tube? Do you think it's a bread tuber? It has Meatwad as his profile pic. I don't know if Meatwad... But I don't know what Globo Homo means or why it's propaganda.
Shark Tale asks the age-old question, what would happen if black people could swim?
I see. Maybe Meatwad is right.
And the answer is nothing good. Even at the bottom of the sea, the YNs are still causing trouble.
But that's okay, because, you know, even if the entire reef is covered in graffiti and you have meth head crabs living in dumpsters, that is a small price to pay for the cultural enrichment that all this new diversity brings.
And in case you think we're over-exaggerating or making things up, just know that according to the creators of the film, quote, this story is all street.
It's all street. I could have told you that. It's played by Will Smith, and it has that one red fish. You know which one I'm talking about. There's a specific way that I wanted to describe her, but it might be a bit weird.
From its urban reef setting of the high-rises and tagged underpasses to the improvisational, fin-pointing riffs of its main character Oscar, played by Will Smith. Now, this line explains why Oscar is always late to work and has the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Yeah, he has all the traditionally negative stereotypes of a black man, but as per usual in modern media, they're all excused because black culture has to be portrayed as cool.
And what's funny is Oscar doesn't even have a concept of the future.
I mean, the plot literally centers on him taking credit for killing a shark, knowing that shark's family members, who are essentially the mob, are gonna come after him later. He doesn't for a second think about the future.
I mean, what'd you expect? You just take credit for killing a shark and then everything be fine and dandy for the rest of your life? Yeah.
He's living on African
Yes.
time, where he lives
I didn't realize that this was a thing.
in the now, no concept of what's to come.
But hey, at least his smoke alarm isn't chirp. Now, before anyone cries racism, because I know they will,
Which is what Meatwad did.
Important to know that Shark Tale doesn't hide its bias in favor of black people, and more importantly, against white people. And this doesn't exactly make sense, seeing as how every black-coded character in this movie is a menace to society, yet somehow they're all celebrated. I mean, there's a billboard in the first few minutes of the movie celebrating Tuna History Month.
Tuna?
Oscar is a degenerate who, by his own
He's not even a tuna, though. I don't even know what type of fish Oscar is supposed to be.
admission, totally betrayed his best friend who sold a family heirloom to help get him out of debt, only for Oscar to then go and gamble all the money away. Also, Ernie and Bernie, you know, the two Rastafarian jellyfish, they serve as enforcers for Mr. Sykes. And the shorties, as the movie calls them,
It's been such a long time since I've seen this movie, though.
vandalize everything they see by spray painting on it. Meanwhile, whites are depicted as being dangerous, lame, and even oppressive. The main antagonist of the movie is the head of a mafia crime family of
But there's a problem with this. Italians weren't considered white back then.
great white sharks.
What's the most dangerous animal on the planet?
Sharks.
White people.
If the sharks are meant to represent whites,
They're meant to represent Italians. Get it right. And everybody know. Well, I already made this point.
then somehow I don't find it surprising that they ran the reef without incident until they started feeling sympathy for blacks and gays.
So you're saying everything was in order when the Great Whites had power?
Yes, yes. Then diversity happened.
A little bit of a slip up on the writer's part there.
Accidentally based. Now, in the beginning of the movie, Oscar says to Sykes,
Oh, hey, don't sweat it, Sykes. A lot of whitefish can't do it.
later on,
and that
whoops,
adopts Oscar's handshake, speech pattern, swag, and even repeats that line he used earlier to Lino when he says,
It's okay, a lot of great whites can't do it, yo.
And that line right there makes you saying, oh, well, maybe the Great Whites or represent whites a little less schizo because they kind of use it tongue-in-cheek that way in the movie.
Right. Some people may say, well, that doesn't exactly fit because Oscar calls Mr. Sykes white, but I'm kind of wondering because I'm not sure if Sykes really is all that white. It almost seems like he's pretending to be white when it's convenient, like some other group we don't mention.
Picking up what you're putting down, and to that point, he also becomes Oscar's manager once he becomes a big star as the Shark Slayer and takes 50% of his money for doing literally nothing.
The shoe just fits a little too well.
And before you come after us for trying to make the fish an allegory for the real world in this movie, the creators come out themselves and admit that was indeed their intention. Quote, Shark Tale from its inception was meant to be an underwater world that is an allegory to our own. Sharks play gangsters who threaten a nearby coral reef, which resembles a fish version of New York City. Traffic jams of multicolored fish fill its Times Square.
Now, unsurprisingly, the destructive messaging of Shark Tale is absolutely intentional. The former CEO of DreamWorks and executive producer Jeffrey Katzenberg, who we've talked about multiple times on this channel, comes out and says that Shark Tale is subversive.
Aye vey.
As is the case with a suspiciously
I'm having trouble talking about this.
large number of other kids' movies, the message of Shark Tale is about being true to yourself no matter the cost. And this bears itself out within all the major characters. Oscar tries to be something that he's not, which is a useful and productive member of society, and Lenny tries to hide who he is, an insufferable homo. And Don Lino, the film's primary antagonist, is a villain because he doesn't accept his son for completely justifiable reasons. And he only finds his redemption by lowering his standards
and I'll give it a few more moments
and accepting his son Lenny behaving in ways that are contrary to nature. The movie tells us that this is all perfectly okay and that we should celebrate who we are instead of trying to be somebody that we're not. This is a poisonous message, especially when the protagonist, the character who we are supposed to sympathize with and root for, is an irredeemable piece of crap.
And that isn't to say that you can't aspire to be something greater, but that's not what this film teaches. It tells you to embrace your flaws rather than improve, and if anyone doesn't approve, then they're the bad people and need to be shamed for it. This movie isn't very well liked because it's not entertaining at all, and because of that, I have a feeling we'll get less pushback on it than when we've examined some other beloved media. And I get from a viewer perspective, it's probably more interesting to hear subversive messaging exposed on a more subtle movie that everyone holds in high regards. But remember, even though this wasn't critically well received,
yeah, we should just move on. All right, so I don't know who's left in chat though. We saw Rhodey and Glock, but they might be a little quiet at this moment. But it was basically the title of the stream is based on this normal. I didn't have any videos prepared for tonight, so I just looked for some random ones and just do it that way. This one is a normal gaze video about a acronym TikTok feud getting ugly fast, featuring Jeffree Star crashing out at somebody. I saw the first few seconds and it was about someone trying to beg for something dentist related. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Through addiction, my teeth are severely destroyed.
Oh, what kind of addiction are your teeth rotting through?
I don't know what else to do.
If your teeth are getting destroyed by something, I'm assuming it's probably something sugar related, in which you simply just stop eating sugar.
I don't want to ask my community for help, but I feel like I have no other choice at this point.
Either that or buy some toothpaste. Or I'm sure there's you should get yourself some Sensodyne.
If you want to go help me, I really appreciate it.
It's a really excruciating situation.
Yeah, but some situations you can feel empathy towards someone or sympathy while also recognizing that it's part of their own decision making.
Hold on here, so that way we get
Yes.
I'm paying for my own teeth cleaning.
Yes, Jeffree Star shades Jules LeBron. I don't even know who this Jules LeBron is.
It's very demure, very mindful.
You are literally cosplaying Gargamel from Smurfs. You look like Rumpelstiltskin on fentanyl.
We're going to dive into the drama on TikTok between Jeffree Star.
Oh, I thought this was a different episode.
Oh.
I thought it was Lily Tino. No. Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yes, as if we haven't got enough of that.
Coming soon. But yeah, maybe just say Lily Tino a bunch of times so the algorithm...
Lily Tino.
Oh no, we're not going to summon her.
Okay.
But no, Jeffree Star, the gay YouTuber and beauty influencer, versus Jules LeBron.
I don't know who that is.
Can you tell people, and I'm not going to interrupt you, can you...
Cap.
Can you tell people who Jules LeBron is?
Do not interrupt a gay white cis man when he's speaking.
Do not interrupt a gay raccoon man when he's speaking.
When he's speaking.
Yeah, you're still feeling me out? Yeah, don't worry, Stormy. No, to be honest, when they start I don't think I could watch another video from that channel in particular.
I mean,
just based on the way that they were speaking and the way that they were describing their positions, I wasn't down for that.
You know, Blossom said I was going to quit this podcast if he keeps up with the twink jokes. I just might.
Yes,
no,
twink.
Jules LeBron is she a plus size influencer or is she just plus size?
I think she's just an influencer who is plus size.
Yes.
Okay, so Jules LeBron is a transgender influencer who started the whole trend of like very demure, very mindful. What was that, 2024?
I don't even know what that... What does demure mean again?
A couple years ago.
Yeah, so that's what skyrocketed her to like influencer stardom, I would say. And then recently, and there's been a few times where she's been in controversy.
A few times.
But recently she's been in controversy for begging on TikTok.
That's the first mistake. You were on TikTok and you were begging.
Yes, and so I have that video or a truncated version of it. Then Jeffree Star...
You'll never catch me begging unless it's for a legitimate emergency.
Decided to read her over this. But first we'll talk, and now they're feuding. And they both are just like dragging each other back and forth. And it's hilarious, but some of the reads are crazy.
Well, I think both of them know that controversy does well on TikTok. So
it's TikTok. What did you expect?
They're just milking it. I mean...
And we're here for it.
Can you blame them? That's what we do. We just had Blossom on for 4 videos. Like,
was it 4 videos? I saw like 2 of them.
What do you mean? We only do highbrow, sophisticated content.
Well, according to
exactly.
Blossom, we need to get off that messy shit. Oh no, sorry. According to Spirit.
According to Spirit, yeah.
Sure, Jan.
Honestly,
Also,
she might be right.
But she said me, like I'm the messiest one.
Well, you do make the thumbnails and the titles.
Okay.
And choose the topics.
I did. I did put girl in a thumbnail
You did
about
put girl
Blossom.
in the thumbnail.
I also put untuck and square up.
Well, she said that
She
to
said
Tish.
she said the untuck part to
Yeah.
Blair. She did not say the square
No,
up.
but she said untuck and square up. Maybe she got it from the thumbnail because she said it to Tish on her Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know where this conversation is going.
She
This
said
is
to me,
crazy.
locker room, untuck and square up. To a
Oh, you're still there? Oh, sweet. Here, let's just.
I'm asking for money for her teeth.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what's wrong with their teeth, but there's this great new product called toothpaste. I think they should try it.
This is what life has come to.
Exactly, and we're all here for it. We're all along for the ride that we call existence.
God.
Crazy segue.
My teeth are falling out of my head, and I need your help.
Falling out of your head is one way to put it.
Listen,
Nowhere fast, right?
I'm very uncomfortable making this video because this is a video
I'm very uncomfortable.
I thought
Just in general.
I'd never have.
It's very hard to get comfortable sitting in this seat. You feel like you definitely like watching normal gays compared to Brad's solo channel.
Through addiction, my teeth are.
No, what exactly is this person addicted to that's causing their teeth to fall out?
Severely destroyed. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to ask my community for help, but I feel like I have no other choice at this point. I would love to go get a regular job. Girl, don't get me wrong, but even then, I don't think that that's going to help my situation.
You could get a regular job. We need you see, there's this thing called a job application. I could hand you one, and it comes with the beeping of the fryers, you know, ba-da-bop, 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 that. You'll hear that for like 7 to 8 hours a day.
But I need help. I really do. There's a link in my bio. If you want to go help me, I really appreciate it. If you can't, I understand. I really do understand everyone's in a compromising position. And I'm not trying to cry for sympathy. I just feel
Yes, you are. That's what it seems like to me.
so uncomfortable.
I'll give you the floor in a sec, but I'll just say that I went into this extremely unsympathetic to Jules, but then I watched all the videos. I went back and watched this full 5-minute video.
It's 5 minutes.
Took a clip from.
So 5 minutes of begging.
And I actually do feel bad for her.
Do you?
I mean, she's in a lot of pain with the teeth.
With the teeth. I still don't actually know what's going on. Imagine saying you can't keep a job and asking for those to supplement.
It's a really excruciating situation.
Yeah, but some situations you can feel empathy towards someone or sympathy while also recognizing that it's part of their own decision making that led them to
Yes.
that.
And
they said they had an addiction that's causing their teeth to fall out.
I do acknowledge that, but I do think the internet pounced on her for this
They
and
did.
clowned her to infinity. And there is some validity to that, but she really does seem to be suffering. This is not
She's
like
in pain.
This is not like I want to get my grill done.
Yeah.
This is like her teeth are hurting her every single day.
Yeah.
And now the reason she can't pay for it herself is a consequence of her own actions.
So there's a lot more nuance in this than I thought there'd be.
Of course.
Well, also, like, you have 2 million followers. You have...
Hypothetically, if each one gave $1.
I think she has about the same amount on Instagram. So she has similar metrics to me, but even more. And if I can afford to get my teeth done...
You got a lot more than your teeth done.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently he has lip filler or something like that. Something similar.
Correct. That proves...
And wait, I think it was his jaw or something.
That's my point even more. Then it becomes a skill issue if you're unable to monetize on that amount of audience. Also, I could post something. If I wanted to get my teeth redone, I could post that I want to get my teeth redone, and some dentist would do it for a brand deal.
She did say that she at one point had one and
then
it fell through, but you could get another.
You could get another. I've kind of done a deep dive on this, and I even made a video about it because she started posting about, like, you think I can get a job? Have you ever been famous and tried to get a job? Did you see those?
Girl, you're not that famous.
You're not James Charles telling someone to get a new job.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can get a job you're at 2 million followers.
Is Michigan about to?
Okay, we don't do call sheet here.
Trade $20 now.
On
The one
TikTok.
thing is the backlash.
So
was
that's where my sympathy started
yes.
to level out.
The one piece of other grace that I will give her is that she made a GoFundMe And people were very bothered by that. They're like, people are struggling, they don't have money.
Down.
And she did take it down, and she did apologize.
There was a lot more nuance than I thought.
Guys, but the one thing I will say is that I think people did a little too much acting as if her making a GoFundMe is somehow an attack on them. It's like you're not forced,
like you're not forced to pay for that.
You might disagree with her asking, but it's like literally no one is forced to donate anything to a GoFundMe. It is
there's plenty of time to work at a job when they only make short
purely
TikToks.
voluntary. It is just so I thought that she was in the wrong.
Well, I think it depends on how many shorts you're making and how long it takes to make all of them. How many shorts could you reasonably make in 8 hours?
I'm going to show you a clip that shows her financial mismanagement that led here.
Okay, so once again, yes, it's okay to feel bad for someone, but if they put themselves in but if the situation they're in is because they put themselves in that, then that's when you have to do at least a little bit of pushback. There needs to be at least some accountability.
However, I thought the backlash to her was disproportionate.
Yeah.
I mean, disproportionate or just accurate based on the size of your audience and your social media presence.
The level of vitriol associated with it.
But it's
we're just waiting to see what Jeffree Star has to say.
the internet, so I don't really like.
Is it going to be another James Charles-esque reaction?
Okay, whatever. Like you have
Wait,
millions
how
of
am I
followers.
the empathetic one?
I just feel like this is
on this one
victim behavior, and anytime I've been in a situation where I can't afford something, I don't think there's anything wrong with making a GoFundMe. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking.
I thought about making myself a GoFundMe after what happened to me last year, but I didn't want to put anyone through that. I felt like that it's something that I myself should have to bear the burden of.
Your audience for help, but if you do that without recognizing that you were the reason as to why you're in this position,
I mean, the
then
teeth
that's
problems
where it
come from her
turns-
addiction.
Well, not just
No, what is this addiction that they're saying?
that. I mean, she was getting paid upwards of 85 grand just 2 years ago for a brand deal.
I'm gonna play you a clip.
And what happened to all that money?
Clip now that people
So
dug
let's
up
go
about
ahead-
her.
Let's go ahead
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, so this is where it starts to take a turn.
and roll the clip.
Let's watch.
Now it wasn't, oh,
Very demure.
$2,000
Is that the same person?
for a video. It was $45,000 for a video, $85,000 for a video. Oh! Everything taken care of, everything paid. Right. And it's coming from some of the same brands that were paying me $2,000.
And that's why people are upset with Jules LeBron for begging her audience for $50,000 for her teeth.
So there you have it. Just a little while ago, she was on television.
So this wasn't that long ago?
Bragging about the fact
So she had all the money.
she was getting 45 to 85K brand deals
That
for
was 2 years ago.
a single short form video.
So
For one video.
Oh.
And there's nothing stopping her from doing it again.
that's on her. I'm sorry, but like, granted, some people don't know how to manage money, and I'm
It's
not.
still their own fault.
It's still
Google's
their own
free.
fault. You should recognize that, like, okay, if I'm an influencer peaking right now, it's gonna go down. Like, also, there are so many other steps that you could take to get your teeth done, and I'm not recommending this to the audience. But all I'm saying is, if you have a steady income, which Jules does, get a personal loan out. Go to Mexico or Colombia and get your teeth done there.
Is that really the best? Are those really the best places to want to get your teeth done?
There's so many things that I personally would have done before asking my audience to pay for $50,000 worth of work on my teeth, that it makes me lose sympathy for her situation. But I think it's less of like her being malicious, it's just more of her not being self-aware.
And then I will say
that tends to happen with these types of people anyway.
that while I do
Like,
have
I don't think she's a bad person.
I do have sympathy for her. I do have sympathy for people who struggle with addiction. It is a disease. It's not entirely, a moral failing of their own thing, but it is a choice was made somewhere that led to this.
No, it's a moral failing.
Well, I don't.
That deserves sympathy. Or
It's
sorry,
also
empathy.
disease that people struggle with, and I don't know that their continued struggle is necessarily always a moral failing.
Yeah, well, some moral failings have lasting effects.
Yeah.
I mean, there
I
were
would still
bad
classify
choices
it as
that were
one.
made.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I still do have sympathy for the situation. I understand that she had maybe a surge of cash flow and then a big fall off.
Correct.
But she should have planned better. It is tone deaf to ask people for money for something like this. But I also, to my other point, we asked people for money to fucking interview Blossom.
Right.
And it's right. And people could have said, that's so insulting. People have bills to pay. Well, good news is literally no one had to at all.
Well, yeah, and that's not where I take issue with it.
God dang it.
I just take
I dropped something.
issue with
I don't want to pick it up right now.
the victim mentality.
And she did
associated
play
with
the
it.
victim heavy.
Yeah, there was a video that I specifically reacted to on this on my TikTok where she was saying, like, notice how it's only trans and plus size creators who are being attacked right now. And it's like, do you see how this is your reaction to your audience getting mad at you? Is, oh, well, of course it's because I'm trans or because I'm plus size. It's like, no, it's not. And that is the level of victim mentality where I was like, okay, this really is your fault because you're not reflecting on any of your actions, even now. So how people are mad that you didn't reflect on your actions before, how you mismanaged your money, how you made some poor decisions, which we have empathy for. And then now, even when you're being confronted with that reality and it's slapping in your face, you're just hiding behind your identity.
I just think the one difference is that this is a person who's in real pain and real struggle. It's not an influencer who's just like entitled and melting down and being a victim out of nothing.
Okay, I'm having trouble commenting on this. I thought this would be a bit more spicy, but
he loves to troll.
He knows how the internet works.
And he
and
absolutely
Jules was
does.
trending.
And so he made a video about it.
Okay, now let's actually look at Jeffree Star's.
Watch.
Today we're at the dentist. I'm paying for my own teeth cleaning. It's very demure, very mindful. I'm not like the other girls. I don't expect my entire audience of blue-collar 9-to-5 workers to pay for my $45,000 smile. I'm very cutesy. I'm very respectful. I'm not like the other girls. I don't fake heart attacks at the airport and then I'm filming the whole thing.
Wait a minute, what is that referencing?
Like, wait, how is that possible?
Okay, he did eat her up a little bit.
Did she fake a heart attack?
I don't know that it
did she
was fake, but she had some sort of medical event where
she went on a plane and
a medical event.
I think she had like an anxiety attack.
And then she blamed it on the
hate that she's getting.
And
okay,
she filmed herself.
See, that
on
was
everything.
that was another situation.
Yeah,
Again,
that's not great.
Lacking accountability because anxiety attack. Well, doctor, we might have to phone you in here. Anxiety attacks, and I hate to say this, but are you more prone to anxiety when you are an unhealthy person?
Exceptionally so.
Yeah, much
usually
more obesity and other things.
No exercise, high blood pressure.
I don't know. Sometimes I get like that even after exercise. It usually depends on what I'm looking at.
High cortisol, anxiety.
And this is,
well, technically, exercise raises cortisol too.
It's not meant to body shame, but I'm just saying.
I'm just noticing things.
I'm just noticing
there seems to be a
pattern of a
God dang it, jinx.
Lack of personal responsibility and self-reflection. Because if I had an anxiety attack from getting TikTok hate where I could just exit out of the app and I was getting on a plane, I would say I need to reassess my mental state.
And physical habits and health.
I'm too parasocially involved with my audience and my.
This is why I don't really look at any. I don't really read any comment sections of any videos anywhere.
My health is not in order. That's what I would get from that situation. I would not go online and say you guys caused this.
And I will.
No.
I'm always skeptical that this was a real medical emergency where you thought you were gonna die when you took your phone
anxiety
out.
attacks do feel like you're gonna die.
I understand, but the fact that she was like filming it. It's like if she really was in the moment thought she was having a heart attack, her first thought would not have been to take out the phone.
I disagree with you there. Wow, me and Brad are really just black and white today. I disagree because my first instinct would be to take out my phone.
Really?
Yeah, just because that's my first instinct for everything.
But to record and film yourself?
Well, no, because when I went into anaphylactic shock, I didn't take any pictures until I was in the ambulance.
I guess. To me, that's just the last thing on my mind.
But she
is
took a picture
content.
when she was getting rolled away on the stretcher.
Maybe.
And I did that in the ambulance, so I can't hate on that.
Okay.
See? Self-reflection, guys.
Well, now we have her response to Jeffree Star.
Okay, let's see what this is. I'm having trouble commenting on this.
Where she really went for his throat. Let's watch.
Free, I am gonna come for you in my wig cap, unfortunately. I know you're not serious when you're begging on gifts every single day in a mansion. We both own our homes, babe. Look at that. And guess what, Jeffree? You might be white and able-bodied and thin-bodied.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing this. You got a tooth implant.
But let's make it clear. I've
Thin-bodied.
accomplished things in my career that you've never accomplished. Beyonce will never shout you out. The
Wait, did Beyonce shout her out?
likes of celebrities of Lindsay Lohan, Jennifer Lopez, Jamie Lee Curtis, the president, and the vice president will never acknowledge you because you're not that girl. Even with millions of dollars in the bank account, you're not that girl. Even with all the property under your belt, you're not that girl. Yeah, I might have come on the internet and begged to get my teeth fixed, bitch. But you would never be able to do that if it wasn't for the likes of people like me who bought those crunchy ass lipsticks 10 years ago. Your problem is with the system. You thought that because you did so much that you were gonna get it all, and you didn't. You never got the public recognition you wanted because you're racist. So yeah, it does bother you when a black and Puerto Rican girl from the fucking hood.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, that pretty much that kind of invalidates any money that anyone would want to give you.
Gets all the trade that you're having to pay for is getting all the flowers from everyone, and you're gonna try to drag me at my lowest moment.
Wait, what is Brad surprised by?
Over a fucking dental surgery? You got a full face of fucking implants, bitch, and you're still not getting acknowledged by the people that you want to get acknowledged by. You got a full face of fucking horse teeth, and you're still not getting acknowledged or appreciated by the public in the way that you deem me.
You got 6 months to get it done?
Shut.
Oh, it took us 6 months.
And that don't got shit to do with me. You've had to buy your boyfriends. I haven't. My teeth are still getting done.
That's
so
not
what
true.
now, Jeffrey? Were you gonna come beat me up? I don't think you are. Well, keep it cute because it's too much now.
Keep it cute.
Okay, she did eat up Jeffrey. However, not with any substance.
No.
It's kind of...
It was just, you don't feel bad for this person now. Yeah, you, at first, yes, if you were having, like, legitimate teeth problems, but the moment that you brought race into it and make it, the moment that you bring up the accusations of racism, that pretty much invalidates it.
like eating a very high calorically nutrient deficient meal. High caloric nutrient deficient meal. That's what
So empty calories.
she just did. She ate up Jeffrey, but there was no nutrients in it.
Okay, I get it.
Does that make sense?
Yes. There was some funny reads to it.
Yeah.
But there's
the jawbone has to harden around the titanium screw.
not a lot of there. First off, do not invoke your freaking race.
Well,
You
it
were
was
mad
it
of a
was
Puerto
race.
Rican girl
It
is
wasn't. It
succeeding.
wasn't.
Yes, it's because yes, Jeffrey was calling you out because you're from Puerto Rico.
Just race. It was race.
It was race.
Size, the president shouting her out, and then saying that Jeffrey, and then also basically saying that all of her worth is determined by whether or not she and who.
So her worth is based on clout.
Who and how many people give her praise. So there's just ideologically speaking, there's so much wrong with that read because it banks on race, size, and externalized validation.
We should also say,
and then the president
that I have no idea what she's talking about with Jeffree Star buying boyfriends.
Well, Jeffrey
or
always
anything.
has these like
Sugar
really,
babies, or
yeah,
sugar babies. After that, they put the crown on before a series of X-rays.
these like really good looking like straight. Mostly like bisexual men around him. But there's other drama on TikTok about this one gay influencer who Jules reached out to, and this is all alleged, but Jules like reached out to on Grindr before she got big. And you've probably seen him. I think we've reacted to one of his videos, and like he blocked Jules because he like wasn't interested or whatever. He doesn't even really remember the conversation. And then when she got big, they were all at a party and he wanted to do a video with her. And then like she started talking and like all of TikTok started calling him her ex. And like there's a very clear difference in
looks.
Yeah, so that's definitely
You won't catch me interacting with any of these TikTok brainlets.
not her ex.
Also, she's like bragging about all the men she gets in the trader in her DMs, and it's like, girl, let's be so for real.
I mean, she might. I don't know.
Them men are into some freaky shit.
I just don't think that
At least I'm not that freaky.
I think that Jeffrey, if we're looking at this logically, is in a better position because his validation is determined by his own
built a
self-worth.
successful brand and company
And he
and made
has
millions of dollars.
money. So he has a bunch of money, and he has his own self-worth that's not determined by whether or not Beyonce shouts him out.
Also, let's pause on that for a second. Her accomplishments
I like how he put that in quotes.
are that she said a TikTok sound that then people repeated the meme.
Wait, what sound did she make?
You didn't do anything.
So
she made like $50,000 off of a short.
now
That's not an accomplishment.
are we confused as to why she thinks she's too big to work?
I think we There's so many jokes you could say off of that.
Well, it might be too big to work.
Exactly.
There he is. There's the Brad that we all know. It's okay. Yeah, so
Yeah, you wouldn't sleep or day with it if it's confusing to the brain.
am still, I mean, I don't know if I'm on Jeffrey's side because I just feel like
Yeah, I basically got called phobic for only wanting cis guys.
it's kind of unnecessary to read it like that.
Well, but his original video I support, actually. Like, just mocking the teeth thing, I think is fine. Right?
Yeah,
she was
like,
trending.
whatever.
She started this controversy.
It's always chasing trends, huh? Happy fun
Let me say
times.
this. I saw much harsher and meaner satire towards her than that Jeffrey video. Now, and she came for his throat in
She
response.
did.
And now I tried, he didn't even dedicate an actual video to her. He just chatted about her in his live a couple times.
Mhm.
And it is funny because he does do these lives where people are like sending coins or
He
whatever.
does.
Sending
That is the one part of her read where she was right because he does ask for gifts on TikTok
But
Live.
I don't think he needs the money.
I think it's more about promoting the live, and if you get more gifts, then your live gets promoted.
And I'm sure he wants extra money, but I don't think he's
You'll never catch me using TikTok Live, I'll tell you that much.
hard up
Whatever it's called.
for cash.
No, I don't think so either.
And it's not like begging either in the same way, but it is a little funny. But I will say she really went nuclear. Like she escalated that and went for his throat.
She channeled all the hate that she had that she was getting.
Yeah, I have a. Well, I didn't say that exactly. I may as well admit, I'm not really that big of a fan of male bits in general. I just like the male form more than anything else. Especially if it has a peculiar, I guess we can say, face. For lack of anything too descriptive.
And she just let it all out on Jeffrey and just laser focused on him.
And then he responded with a punch
So glad to have all yours. One's an
below the
implant.
belt, shall we say. Let's watch.
Okay, and so this is the next Jeffrey one.
You are literally cosplaying Gargamel from Smurfs. You look like Rumpelstiltskin on fentanyl. But you want me to clap back? There's nothing to clap to except this. I'm bored. And then it's, oh my god, Jeffrey, you got your teeth fixed from Akon. You mean my multi-millionaire man?
What the hell is going on down here? And what the heck is this up here? Nothing about this makes
Manager?
any
You
sense.
mean Akon, the Grammy-nominated singer? You mean Akon who signed me to his record label? You can't.
Wait, when did Jeffree Star have a music career?
You can't use things against me like that. It doesn't add up. I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. I don't even know where he was going with that.
Sorry, cleared.
Yeah.
Rumpelstiltskin on fentanyl.
Yeah.
Remind me to never piss off Jeffrey's.
I'll piss him off just to see what his response is.
I mean, the thing is, though, is I think that the reason, because TikTok is not on Jeffrey's side. They're like back on Jules' side because everybody hates Jeffrey. I think if he would have went to
I think it's because Jeffrey tried to call out all of the radical side of the community.
more of like a intellectual read rather than a lowbrow one, he would have gained the higher ground on that.
Maybe. I do think
I
I do think that she did get under his skin a little.
She did.
Yeah.
Well, it's because TikTok is now back on her side. They're like, actually, I was going to unfollow you, but since you read Jeffree Star, I'm going to follow you again.
Okay.
He is hated, but
Yeah.
he is savage and he does make good points sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whose side I'm on. I think I'm just...
I'm not on either side because snowball fights are for immature children and I will not stoop to your level.
I think these are two deeply flawed people.
Yes.
And the drama has lots of fault to go around.
Yeah, I'm on
No, I was expecting this to be more two-sided.
the side of whatever gets this off my timeline.
Yeah.
Very well.
Well, guys, let us know what you think, who you side with in the comments.
Neither. Thank you very much. Alright then. Unfortunately, I couldn't comment too much on that. Okay, let me put this back. if anyone has a last minute excuse me, if anyone has a last minute thing we could look at. There was like a few things that I meant to look at earlier, but I wanted to get on with the stream among other things. I didn't want to dilly-dally too much. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, that's right. This was recommended to me, but we might take a look at this on. Let me save it. Yeah, I had a video about this theme park. And then I had a video about a children's book that I remember owning way back when. And then there were some new DDR songs whose charts that I wanted to take a look at. I meant to take a look at those new charts at the begin. Oh, yes! Thank you, Glock. Thank you for reminding me of that. Is it this SN? I'm assuming it's this SNL slit. I'm guessing it's this SNL skit. Could tacos get any more kick butt than this?
You know what I love about tacos? What's that? Everything.
Everything about tacos. Because you almost make me forget all about tacos. Tacos so good. Because don't think that I got a lot of money. I'll give you taco flavored kisses, honey. Fulfill all your wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito. Oh, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay, then. Well, that was very charming. To say the least. Alright, if nobody else has anything that they want to recommend, I think we can finish off the stream by checking out these new DDR charts. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a new song pack. You would eat that? Oh lord. There's a new Dance Rush based song pack that got added, which I will be purchasing. And I'll try them out like on Friday. And then there's a new Galaxy Brave song called Miserable Life and Worthless Thoughts. And then there's a Hollow Live song that got added. What's wrong, Stormy? I'm not done yet. If you have another thing. Oh, no meme oh, we could do I would prefer, this is fun. That was fun again. Glock, are you down for a meme review? We could probably save this. We could probably save that. It's just, I would like there to be more chatters so that they can at least respond to the memes. But, depending on who decides to stick around, minus the pizza and pancake that is. This is Miserable Life and Worthless Thoughts by Meh.
First stage.
Good idea. Hold on. Wait, what are you saying good idea to? Wanting to do the meme review with more chatters, or wanting to look at this and then look at the meme review?
Show me.
Did it. Well, I'll see how I'm feeling after this. Unfortunately, this it's too expensive to unlock this right now.
You're gonna break the meter. Can't wait to see it. 200 combo.
This definitely looks like a 16.
This groove is almighty.
Oh, and of course we have a little quick jack. Cool, best. Oh, the beat.
100 combo. Pop, lock, and beat dropping. This place is a rocket. Crowd is yours.
How much are songs? Well, this song in particular is part of an unlocking event called Galaxy Brave, which is only available on Galaxy Play, which costs 3 credits. But basically, the Galaxy Brave, there is a series of 4 songs, and you can only do them one at a time, which means in order to unlock this song fully, I would need to spend 15 credits, which I would rather use on just regular stages, so I won't be unlocking it anytime soon. Okay, this speed up slow down thing, that's gonna trip me up.
We are getting up and getting down.
Yes. You have to, you need to do I already explained how to unlock this song. I don't want to repeat myself, sorry. And now let's look at the challenge chart, which would take even longer depending on how good you are at challenge charts. I don't know if we'll be able to... Hopefully the HoloLive song isn't...
Second stage.
Will we be able to look at the HoloLive one without getting copy claimed? Oh, the genre is pessimism. Despair longs for meaning.
All right, come on.
Of course, we have to have these super fast green notes. Yeah, the pad that I have at home is like 1,200, and that includes shipping.
This groove is almighty. 100 combo.
More and more songs have been having these faster green notes in them, especially as level 18s.
200 combo. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, jeez, those jacks.
Pop, lock, and beat dropping. This place is a rocket.
I could probably get a reasonable score on this one, just based on its speed. And the fact that there aren't really any crossovers in this, although that can change very quickly.
Nobody can touch you. Show them all.
Oh, there we go. And those are jacks? Oh, no, how can you do? No one can do no how, not for you. Yeah, Glock, have you seen any of my DDR VODs? Yeah, those need to be memorized at that point. Most of them got a 930 on it. That's surprising. You can see how the slowdown can mess me up, yeah. Okay. I'm not that fast. I'm not Chris for life, so for Sonic, a song like this is nothing for him. I'm pretty sure the hardest song in the game, Endymion, is nothing for Sonic. You'll probably think that it's a warm-up at best. Do we want to look at the other new songs, or do we want to head for the meme review? I'll let you guys decide as we take a look at the Hololive song. Apparently, from what the website says, this song is only going to be available in Japan. I like that you include your hobby with us, everything. Yeah, I have fun, even though in recent times, the game hasn't been as fun as it used to be. Let me check the description to see if okay, there's nothing there. Yeah, there's a little event going on with, the Japanese VTuber group known as Hololive. I'm sure some of you have heard of it.
First stage.
But apparently this song is only available in the Japanese version.
The groove's about to
Or at least according to the website.
begin. This place is blowing up. You're blowing.
Oh jeez, really? They need to include something like this? I would have preferred if those were yellow instead of green. I wonder if Hololive will ever sign me.
You're dancing like a pro.
Oh, and there's a slowdown here. There will be Biz live songs on DDR. Well, I've thought about that, where if suddenly I start doing like covers of Konami original songs, but there's a problem. The branch of the DDR community that I used to be a part of is going to notice, and then they're gonna complain to Konami and try to boycott simply because they think that I'm phobic. Which, by the way, I never actually explained what they accused me of. I don't think I ever fully revealed that.
200 combo. You can do no wrong. This crowd is yours.
There's no way this song is Is this really one of those 2-minute songs? You're partially colorblind. Oh, then I guess it would be hard to read in that case.
You're gonna break the meter. Can't wait to see it. 300
This song has a lot of subtle speed changes in it.
combo.
Did they disappear before I started streaming? No, this was after I was already doing streaming stuff. It happened around the time I did Left 4 Dead streams. Although the seeds of my cancellation started before then.
You are a dance master.
Oh, and then it slightly speeds up here.
Combo. You all got this party started.
No, maybe the fact that it has all these random speed ups and slowdowns, maybe it's a good thing that it's a Japan only song.
So nice.
Yeah, after I quote-unquote finished Minecraft. Really, it's really that I rage quitted Minecraft. Crazy that I would get canceled out because I'm not.
This crowd is yours.
You bet you could figure it all out though. Yeah, but once again, I know that I never actually explained what they canceled me for. I feel like that would deserve a dedicated discussion.
600 combo.
Damn, that was long. It's probably 2 minutes, 2-minute 30.
A full combo.
Do I even want to take a look at the challenge chart at this point? Because if it was that long, shit. You made all Wonder. Dream Wonder.
Second stage.
Yeah.
Let's move. Dance all night.
Dream Color Wonder, I think is what that title means.
100 combo.
A lot of step jumps here.
You're blowing us away. This groove is almighty. 300 combos.
Yeah. You were out on holiday.
We must be on top.
I've been trying to pay attention to this chart, but I've also been thinking about some things in my head, so it's been distracting me.
Can't get any better than this.
This is about what I expected for a 16.
You're blowing us away.
Oh, of course we have swing in here.
400 combo. This groove is almighty. 500 combo. This groove is almighty. You're blowing us away. 600 combo. You're the one they came to see. You're a rock star.
What the hell is this? Oh god. Okay, I have no idea what that ending was.
Full combo.
Alright, now let's I have no idea when I started doing Left 4 Dead. Okay, now let's look at the Dance Rush songs real quick. Including a level 17 swing chart, because of course there had to be one. Dual Blades. Oh, here's some hard style.
Final stage.
What the hell is this jacket artwork?
Show me what you got.
四手を貸しだ。 That seems fairly basic for a 15. That part might be a little confusing to execute properly. Felicity. I wouldn't know. I don't pay attention to what goes on in Ohio.
Is there an earthquake or something? Because this party is cracking. 500 combo.
Do it. I could reasonably get this first try if I tried hard enough.
Excuse me, is your name Perfection?
Okay. Next is Bring Me Back. This is a level 13, so I should be able to, depending on what the pattern looks like at least.
First stage.
Definitely sounds like a Dance Rush song.
Ready, set, step.
Bring me back, you can bring me back. Bring me back, you can bring me back to me. Bring me back, you can bring me back. You bring it back to myself, you bring it back to me.
Okay, this syncopated rhythm might throw some people off. I'm a little too tired to read this properly. This is one of those more technical 13s. Okay, and those are some crossover gallops. It's a state, not a region. I don't know the administrative subdivisions of New Zealand. Do you guys have provinces? It's more like a province.
300 combo. Make some noise. Ow! You got the crowd on fire. 400 combo. All right, this is so cool.
Okay then. Okay, I mean, some of those patterns might throw me off, but aside from that, it seems fairly standard. Next, we have a remix of Nagisa's Little Devil Lovely Radio. But it's the Stardom remix.
Second stage.
And that's Nagisa herself.
Let's go.
Henga, Nagisa no Pokoma, henga, double radio. There's a lot of fast jacks in this one. I know these jack rhythms might throw some off. What did it say that the speed was? So far as 15s go, this one's fairly tame. It's more like a 14. Oh, no, that part makes it a 15. That's like borderline 15, 14.
Not one mistake. Golden move.
And now this last one is N Stardom Remix. It's got and it has a challenge chart as well.
Final
Do I know what the original version of this song sounds like?
Let's go.
And apparently this is a swing chart, so it's gonna have a lot of green notes. Or at least that's what I've read. These swing notes are one of my main weaknesses.
200 combo. Dance on.
And there's apparently a level 17 with it.
We are getting up and getting down. 300 combo.
But as far as level 14 swing charts, this one seems pretty tame. There's definitely some swing charts that are level 14 that are much harder than this. Okay, now we'll look at the last one, the level 17 of this.
Perfect.
And then I guess we can call it.
First stage.
I fear what this looks like. If it's anything like the what was it? Was it Comet Skater or Cosmic? Comet Skater or Undersea Lindworm's swing chart.
Here comes the party.
Oh god damn it. No, I can tell. I'm not going to be able to do it that well first time around. Yeah, some of those need to be crossed over.
100 combo.
Okay, this reminds me of the Stardom remix of Lindworm. Oh, and of course, we have to have something like this. I don't know if I'll be able to get a AA+ on this.
You can do no wrong. 300 combo.
It's the crossover, specifically the crossover gallops.
That was perfect. 500 combo. You're the one they came to see. You're a rock star. Stage clear.
21.
Full combo. Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, that's all of the new charts that have been added. They were added earlier tonight. So, yeah. All right. Does anyone have any last minute things that they want to talk about? I apologize, we haven't been able to do the meme reviews on the Wednesday streams this week and last week. We had so much stuff to look at that it's mostly because editing them, it's just mostly just editing them. It takes like 5 to 6 hours to edit them, and then for like a whole like 20 to 30 minute video. It's not to say that I don't enjoy it. GG's. Yeah. It's not that I don't enjoy. Well, actually, I don't really enjoy editing them, especially I have to go back and if there's like if I have a zoom in and like one frame out of place and I have to redo like multiple things of editing. I need to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve, which I think most video editors use, but I've been using something called OpenShot, which is very beginner friendly, and that's what I've grown accustomed to. I don't want to have to learn how to use a different software. But oh lord. Well, thankfully I already have this one other video that I clipped. It was that, I don't remember which one it was, but at least I have it ready in case when it'll probably, yeah, the Misha Petrov video reaction will be uploaded tomorrow, and thankfully I'm scheduled off on Saturday, so I'll probably spend the whole day editing the meme video and then some. So at least I'll be able to do, at least I'll have the time to make that while also making some other things as well, so it shouldn't be too bad. You won't be going anywhere? Yeah. I'll definitely download the new song pack. Oh god, I don't want to do that 17. I don't want to do it. Swing charts with crossovers, no less. But at least that's more content, so it doesn't matter. I have to figure out how much it costs. It's not that expensive, but... Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. We had a new chatter show up tonight, so shout outs to Daddy Mad Hatter, I think his name was. Shout out to you for joining. And all of that. We'll be back Friday for DDR, followed by some Master Duel. So... yeah, we definitely had a lot of chat interaction earlier today, which I had a lot of fun with. Yes, you come for... yes, the new motto. You don't come to my streams for the content we watch. or the games I play. You come here to chat with me and with everyone else. Although with the DDR streams, I do want you to pay attention because I'm trying to show off my mad skills there, even if they're not as much as the top players in the world, but you do what you gotta do. But take care, everybody.